Good morning and welcome to Morning Brew. And yes, beating the 12-hour mark. uh, Star Trek Nitpickers was first to the chat at 12:40 p.m. 12:40 a.m. What am I saying? Then, of course, Captain Decker Spock is first this morning. Uh, and how is everyone this morning? It is yet another Tuesday. Yay, Tuesday. Sorry. Just looking forward to Tuesdays not meaning what they do now, um, which is going in for wound care therapy. Other than that, things are going okay. And I'm trying to mute the tab. There we go. Because all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm hearing myself more than once. And good morning, Mar. Well, see, actually, the you didn't see the other chat because it happened so long ago before it started. I'm only seeing it in the StreamYard because I kept StreamYard open. So, and now I can show it. And yes, that was at 12:40 a.m. this morning. So technically, go away. And Kapla Birdo Prey 5. And I'm going to go ahead and add the StreamYard link. And not unmute it. Oh, for fuck's sake. So what is going on? Let me go ahead and pin that comment or message, excuse me. And there we go. And Kapla Birdo Prey 5. What's going on, Mar? How are you this afternoon? With Bird being here early, I hope that doesn't mean that he didn't sleep well.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5. Kapla.
That just answered my question.
No, the question is that Sisso Prey stopped by here on her way home from Maine last night and decided to stay. It was a long ride and she was having back pain, so obviously
Right.
makes sense. So unexpectedly, we weren't expecting her and nephew O'Prey. So they are here this morning, and I hear nephew O'Prey has just awoken or has been up maybe 15 minutes. I'm not sure. But I don't want to talk too loud in case it's a chance of him going back to sleep. Anyway, yeah, so that's the situation. I can't yell at my normal volume of voice. And
That's understandable.
Being extra quiet.
And good morning, Dave G. Sound. Good morning, Rabbit Hole Clicker. What's going on today?
How's my sound?
Sound So, you sound good. Why? What's going on?
Oh, not much at the moment. I'm waiting for my nephew to show up, if he shows up, because he should be with his dad today. But the girlfriend of my brother actually is ill at the moment, so I have no idea what will happen. So I thought I can wait or jump on here.
Yep. And good morning, not Ryan Johnson, who says, hello out there in YouTube land, just listening as I get ready for work. I hope your day goes well at work, not Ryan Johnson.
Uh,
And how is Mama Pray? Hopefully getting
mm,
caffeinated.
well, I tell you, we didn't get to sleep till really late. I'd say at least 11, and then I was up at 6. So was she. So it was, not the end of the world, but a lot less sleep than we normally get. I'm sure we'll be okay. It's not, once in a while, it's not a big deal.
Oh, absolutely. There's something I do need to talk with you about, Bird, but that'll happen later offline.
Okay.
It's not a bad thing, don't worry.
Never is.
Oh, by the way, I hope you didn't mind me pushing Rambling Canucks GoFundMe in the stream before,
Oh,
because
absolutely not. It was perfectly fine. I just took me a minute to realize it was the original. I thought it was a second one. No, it was still the original. But yes, it's still a good cause, and there's no reason we can't get it to its goal. I donated again yesterday, and I tweeted it out, and I will continue to share it as part of my video links for a while till we can hopefully get him funded.
absolutely, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to definitely be putting that link in the description. I kind of was a little tired and I forgot to do that when I was setting up the stream. But that's what happens when you set up the stream at bedtime. Rabbit hole clicker, not much. Just having my coffee. Lots of calling to do soon. By calling, I hope you don't mean like bad calling. Like, hello, I want to welcome you to blah, 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 blah. Here, buy my shit. My company sells garbage, but hey, buy my shit. I ought to start a new website called buymyshit.com. But then again, then people would think I was from LA or just California in general, or just a liberal in general. So yes, buymyshit.com where you can buy genuine shit. What do you think of that?
So I don't
Uh,
understand what you're saying.
Well, I mean, would that be a good website to host? If we could sell shit to people, people will literally buy shit. Then maybe we could use the funds to help Canuck.
Well, see, that's the thing. I tried for years now to sell nothing because how many times you have had it that you was home and you had visitors over and you asked them if you can get them anything and they said no, nothing, and you didn't have nothing. So I just can't get this business to take off because no one wants to buy nothing.
Well, we just have to think of the perfect business model for this. Oh, by the way, I don't think I.
Honestly, I thought nothing would sell itself like nothing.
Got to change the background. Oopsie, my bad. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? This is what I don't like about having a long list of things. And there we go. I do need to add a new one, but at least it's better than nothing. When I add the new one, you'll see the improvement. So what's going on today? Other than waiting for nephew to come, maybe, or
maybe not.
or not.
Well, that's the thing. Here is not much going on. My dad told me I had to be awake this morning because he wanted to go into the garden. It's 1 p.m. now, and I think he stood up like 1 hour ago. Still didn't have had his coffee. So the morning work or the morning garden work is off limits now.
There is the improvement. Bird.
It's what?
Look at the background.
Oh, is that the teddy bear?
Yep.
Nice. My sister calls him Theodore. Sweet.
And I do have a new outro, but I can't play it because I don't quite have permission yet.
Gotcha. I don't know if anybody cares, but
Right.
this morning, a few hours ago, in fact, probably just about 6 a.m. Eastern, Paramount, the official Star Trek account, put up the official live stream of Star Trek Day. Now, it had been up, live, but then they took it down, and now they put it back up. So, like, if anybody had wanted to see it, like, I know there was the time where the host didn't know how to pronounce Ricardo Montalban's name. And like, Ricardo Monta Taliban or something.
Oh my
Like, she literally
God.
had no idea who Ricardo Montalban was.
Oh, for fuck's sake, people are stupid.
So I managed to be just the second person to comment on the video this morning when I saw it. And I said, maybe next time you can hire hosts who have seen Star Trek or who, or who know who Ricardo Montalban is, little details. I wonder if it got deleted.
More than likely.
Let's see.
It's just stupid.
No, it's still there. 59 minutes ago. Yeah, it's just, and there's only 3 comments now. So, not a hell of a popular video, but
Well, it would have helped if they would have not kept it down this long.
yeah, I don't know why.
You would have thought
I
they
think
would
they
have
were
at least.
debating. Hi, Charlie. Good morning.
Dad, I see you in the bed sleeping.
Hi, Charlie. What you pointing at, baby? The open window? Oh, sassy. Okay. Wait. Why does he not have any diaper on? Oh, God.
Yeah, nephew of Prey, why don't you have any diapers on? Because diapers are for babies.
Oh, gonna have some pee on that bed, bird.
He's running around. He's got a shirt on, but he didn't realize he didn't have a diaper. Mama Prey is chasing him with a diaper. God.
Is this a Prey recording it?
No, I think Sissel Prey's trying to get sleep. He does not like wearing diapers, clothes.
Sounds like his uncle.
No, I like wearing clothes. I just can't. There's a difference.
That's what you say. I'm giving you a hard time. Yes, I know. Well, trust me, when I was in the hospital last time, I couldn't give a shit.
When I'm in the hospital, when I'm home, I want to be covered up. When I'm in the hospital, it's like they're constantly coming in. It's like, trying to fix my gown, cover me. Do you want? I'm like, no, I don't give a shit. It's like, I'm in the hospital. Fuck you. I want, you've got to see this too now. Think of it as think of this as reason to get me out of here.
Exactly.
I don't.
You now have encouragement to get me the hell out of here.
Yeah, people are walking down the hallways. There's family members. Well, they don't look in the fucking rooms.
Well, they have these things that, at least in most hospitals I've been to, where there's a curtain that can go around the door, or the door
I don't like the curtain closed though. No, I like the curtain wide open so I can see what's going on outside.
Let's see here now. Excuse me. Of course,
okay, he's got his diaper.
Good morning, brightest day.
Put in the water.
And good morning, Carlo Albanese, who says hail on Kuruga. I can't even pronounce my own name sometimes. Well, if you would come on here and pronounce it for us, maybe you could help us pronounce it.
Hello there, Jedi Bill.
You would think that at least, the woman would have heard of the show Fantasy Island. And good morning, Jedi Bill. How are you this morning? Actually, I prefer to watch TV. I want to be entertained. Either that or, this would be different in Bird's case, but walking down the hall with my open back gown and nothing on underneath and asking for my pills because they're late bringing them. I'm being asked if I could close the robe. Well, no, I can't because the robe's too damn small. What happens when you give me a robe the size of, somebody Mamo Prey size? It's not gonna fit. So I got a solution for you though. Give me another robe. The two together will another gown, excuse me. The two together will actually cover me. Oh, okay. Now where's my medicine, please? I'm not exactly the most patient, if you hadn't guessed that. And good morning, Paula Simpson. That it's no fun being one-armed. I'm following my doctor's orders. Got my sutures out yesterday, so I am was finally able to shower yesterday. Yeah, for the simple things in life. Yeah, exactly. Those are definitely. Yeah, it was nice. I was finally told before that I'm now allowed to be in the shower. This is something I talked to Canuck about yesterday, and not have to have it hitting my back. Because before it's always been, make sure gotta have your back to the shower. So yeah, it was nice to finally not hear that. And good morning, Professor. It was nice to talk to you again, along with Rambling Canuck. Um, let me do this real quick here. Since I know you have the link, Professor, if you would do me the favor of adding the link to Rambling Canucks GoFundMe. So, how have you been, Paula? Anything else been going on? By the way, how did the doctor's visit go overall?
Back. Charlie was. I hear a loud echo. Okay.
That would be you, because I'm not hearing it.
Charlie was running back and forth across the bed that's next to the window, treating it like it was a giant toy. Okay, good. Charlie's got his bottle. Now, I'll have some breakfast. And Mom will pray come look for the pacifier he dropped.
Then you're either from out east or New York or have hearing issues. Because you'll W's and R's,
No, Carlo, I don't believe so, as they haven't called me yet. So it would be. Listen, I don't think we turn it down if they call, but I do expect to have at least a day's notice. I've checked my emails, I'm afraid.
Doctor said my shoulder looked good. I ended my 3 tiny incisions, and one is about 2 inches long. Inches? I'm surprised they didn't say it in centimeters. It's funny because my wound is like what was it? If I remember last time, it was like 2.7 centimeters by 2.9, somewhere that range. Which is finally nice to be under 3 in both directions. And yes, please share out the link, everyone. Because of the current health issues going on, because of COVID, Canada's being dumbass, stupid idiots, basically completely shutting down everything. So, in other words, there's no way in hell Canuck's going to get a transplant up north unless the COVID crisis ends. Like that's going to happen ever. So the only chance he has of getting a transplant is having it done down in the States. Unfortunately, that's going to cost an arm and a leg. Now, he's also going to need some assistance getting down here because there's a chance he could be tested and have some things done to where he can qualify for a transplant here, even though it would cost a buttload versus there. At least here would be possible, unlike where he's at now in Canada. And good morning, Zach Leary.
How is everybody doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. I mean, I think the problem, Trek, is that Canada has a pussy as their prime minister. That guy Trudeau, man, is like a national embarrassment to them, in my opinion.
Well, let's see here.
Welcome to the club of national embarrassments as leaders.
Yes, our world leaders are just completely inept. I don't know how they ended up winning elections or whatever.
Well, Trudeau is in there because his dad was prime minister. That's about all he's got going for him.
Now, I would never be one to say that elections are rigged, but it sure doesn't seem like it legitimately happened in many cases.
Yeah, there's some weird shit, but I'm not an expert on that either.
I all I'm going to say, people should actually keep their promises, and like, we should have been out of lockdown completely by now, and not being forced or trying to be forced to be vaccinated. It's called vaccinated, I'm sorry, by an untested shot that is not a vaccination, except by the change of meaning of the word. Thank you, Webster's, for bidding me. I need to go back and find the last copy of it that actually had the correct definition and not the current one. Because that current one seemed to come up overnight. So no, I don't mind talking conspiracies. I don't give a shit right now. Oh, there isn't much I won't talk about. And good morning, Eric Saunders. If you won't mind, everyone, please check out Rambling Canucks GoFundMe. If you're able to give, please do. If you cannot, please share out the link where you can. This is something that's needed. By estimations, it would take about $5,000 so that he would have enough funds to get here, get at least 3 treatments, because it would be about, well, up to, I should say, $1,000 a treatment for his chemo, or whatever they're calling it.
Dialysis.
Dialysis, thank you. My brain does not have enough coffee. Dialysis. I remember the figure, I just don't remember the term. Anyhow. So yeah, that's why push it. Oh, by the way, if you're on any big channels and you happen to know about, happen to be a mod, yeah, push it there too. I mean, don't break any rules, but just, if you can, keep the word spread. I'd say even by the end of the month, it should be possible to raise that money. And it's not actually going to be needed until January. But the sooner it's there, the better.
Well, I have to second that. I mean, I wish everybody well,
And trust me, I understand not everybody is in the position to be able to give. That's, something I will be able to do in the future, but right now there isn't money.
Well, I remember the Mara Jade thing. You remember she was raising money for health reasons. And I was involved in a couple podcasts trying to raise money for her, which is great. I mean, it's great that Star Wars fans can help each other out, or fans of whatever property.
And she. Yeah, I've been hearing about this. People that are going for the recall election are being turned away and told they've already voted. Yeah, right. I want proof of that.
Well, I think the best proof of voter fraud in our country recently is the 2016 Democratic primary. I know you guys don't like Bernie Sanders, but Hillary Clinton basically rigged that primary. You know, Hillary Clinton is one of the most corrupt politicians we've ever had. And there's case after case after case of the Democrats rigging their own primaries.
And good morning, Samuel Sampson from the tropical storm Nicholas.
In California, for example, I think it was reported that there was like over 2 million votes that were not counted in California at that time. So they'll fuck around. They'll give you what's called a provisional ballot, which doesn't mean anything. You have to actually request a real ballot. How crazy is that?
Okay. Say that again, please. I want to make sure I heard that correctly.
You have to request a real ballot. Yep, that's absolutely true. During the Democratic primary, you had to request a real ballot that would be counted. If you didn't request one, they would give you what's called a provisional ballot, which was not counted. Yeah, you can look that up in the Democratic primary in California.
That's
The Democratic
Why?
primary is so undemocratic. So I could definitely see stuff going on, and you've got party bosses going out there, and in a lot of these local spots too, for Congress, for governor, what have you. And there's definite shenanigans afoot in Democratic primaries for sure. For sure. I mean, they tried to stop Obama. It just depends on who the candidate is. I mean, like Hillary Clinton versus Obama, you had a similar situation where there were similar things happening at that time. And also somebody like Newsom, who is an entrenched guy, has got the whole machine working for him already. I mean, he can't get his state working properly, but he can get the Democratic machine working properly. But that's really happening. And, you know, you should take a look at, I believe it was either Utah or Idaho in the Republican 2016 primary where Donald Trump won the popular vote, and yet they gave every single delegate to Ted Cruz. So people can do weird shit like that, man.
That is just highly suspicious.
Fucking A.
And the funny thing is, even saying that it's suspicious is not saying it's anything else, but even that's questionable by YouTube.
I had on one of my podcasts, I had a guy who was a former Secret Service agent, Gary J. Byrne, who is a big time Republican, and they struck his video down just for questioning the results of this newest election.
And that's what I find insane. You know, I can understand when somebody says something that is outright, you know, what's the word I want to use? Making more of a statement than stating a question. and whether right or wrong. But if you're asking a legitimate question, why is that being struck?
Well, the whole thing was unprecedented, man. I mean, we had more votes in 2020 than the history of our country. And that's all due to mail-in votes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Totally unprecedented. Joe Biden got the most votes. Trump got the most votes of any president. So it was a weird one.
Absolutely. And have a good day at work, Paula. Hope your day goes well. I'm glad you were able to drop by. Please feel free to drop by anytime you can. As soon as the coffee kicks in, my mouth will start working more correctly. And my regular coffee cup went missing, so I had to switch to a larger cup. Oh no. I don't like that it's missing, but
I see you got
the
the new
fact I'm actually
thumbnail,
getting
though,
more coffee, yeah.
The Coca-Colas. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. And if you look behind or in between Bird and Mar, you'll see Bird's little one. Yeah, I figured that much. I'm now having problems streaming Twitch. That's a huge surprise. I probably said a no thing on Twitch.
You're on Twitch?
Yep.
How do you like that?
Well, obviously not now, because they're disconnecting me like cunts.
I've never done it.
And now it's back. I find it funny, though. And I do want to say good morning to anyone who is watching on Twitch. Oh, Lord.
Good morning to everyone who is probably watching on Twitch. And if you are not watching on Twitch, but you have a Twitch account, please start following. And
Correct.
If you are neither on YouTube nor on Twitch, where the fuck are you?
Exactly. And let's see here. Let me go solo for a second.
You're on mute, dog.
No, you're not supposed to tell him that.
Yeah, it looks like NB Geeks has this guy that was starring in Aliens. What was this dude's name? Ripley.
Yep, Ripley. So, I wonder if I can find more of this. I wonder if I can find more of the Marines.
Alien figures are hard to find. So I've been looking for a couple myself. I got me a rhino alien, which I didn't even know they had. Must be from like a video game or something.
No, I think that was from the 90s toy era.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, because actually the Aliens movie, they made a huge ass toy line of that for kids. I shit you not.
But it wasn't in the film though, right? I don't remember ever seeing a rhino.
No. It wasn't in the film. They just made that shit up for the toy line.
Pretty cool looking though. Pretty badass, I would say. But You can't even find one, man. I was looking for just a regular one. All I could get my hands on was a rhino one.
Closest I've been able to get. Where's he at? Oh, I haven't had any luck getting a queen yet, but I did find one of these. So I was able to find one of the xenomorphs.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got lucky. I found him at a Target.
How much was he?
About $40, $45. These
Yeah,
Nikas.
that's not bad.
Yeah, these Nikas usually run me about $40 to $60, depending on which one I get. But they're really worth the money, I think. For like I've got Jason, Freddy, a whole bunch of other ones from there.
Michael Myers, you got him?
Yeah, I got Michael Myers. Well, there's a couple of Jasons I wouldn't. I've got Jason, but I've only got Jason from Friday the 13th 3D. I'd like to get the one from the third movie because that's when he would have the bag on his head and then he moved to the hockey mask. That was the first time he put the hockey mask on.
And good morning, JPs. And yes, it's show and tell with NB Geek. Good morning, PCAT. Good morning, Darth Hester.
Well, I know I talked to you about this yesterday, Cap. So today, I'm going up to TH, and I'm going to see about this guy.
Let me see here.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I called them. I'm taking the kids up today. He seems last time when I first was introduced to him, he's very pet friendly. He's very friendly. I think he's going to do fine with the kids, and he's just so goddamn cute.
He's like a baby, right? 11.
Yeah, he's 11. Yeah, he's 11 weeks old.
That's pretty cool.
So they open at 11. I'm going to go over there probably around 10:30. Go over there with the kids. Go see him see how he acclimates with, and if everything goes well, we'll be adopting him and taking him home.
I've never heard of a mountain dog.
That's interesting. Mountain dog in a flat land, but he's going to have plenty of area to run around. Dude, if it wasn't for the fact that I have a nice big old piece of land right now, I would not get a third dog. But oh god, he's just so goddamn cute.
You know, I would say something, JPs, but I'm going to be nice this morning.
He's just when I first saw him, I went there originally. I was just picking up a cage for the guinea pigs, but I saw him there, and he's like all friendly, excited. I'm just like, oh, this kind of reminds me of, he's like, I want to go home. Come on, man.
Great.
Yes, JPs.
Mountain
That's
dog.
why. Yep. Yes, JPs. That's why you train them.
So I like that mountain dog. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, he's a Bernese mountain dog. Thing is, though, is he's actually not a mutt. He's a purebred.
So he's pricey.
Yeah. Actually, the only reason why I'm even able to look at doing that is because they did tell me they do payment plans for the adoption.
Oh, that's
And
not bad.
good afternoon, Yitza. And JP's same thing with cats until they're trained. So yeah,
Or they're pissed off.
yeah.
They will let you know when they're pissed off because they will piss and shit somewhere other than the litter box. Yeah, it was funny. My kids were already trying to argue about who the puppy gets to lay with, and my wife was like, "No, this is your dad's dog. He doesn't ask for hardly anything. He's never asked for his own pet." I was like, "Wow, thanks, honey."
Okay,
go.
what will you be naming him?
I think we're going with Thor, unless anybody's got a better suggestion.
Frank Sinatra. How about that?
Frank Sinatra. I don't think he has blue eyes, though.
I had a buddy who had a dog named Frank Sinatra.
Palpatine?
Palpatine the dog.
I was actually considering. I have Luke and Jade. I was actually considering Anakin or Vader.
Well, Anakin works.
I think Anakin works. I haven't, like I said, I haven't fully settled on a name yet. No,
Well, let's
I'm
see
not
him
naming.
again. Let's see him again. Maybe we can all give our name ideas to you.
Sure. Let me.
Let's see. We got to see what he looks like again.
Sure. There you go. Here he is.
Yeah, come on.
Nerf herder.
Oh, what is that one? There are a couple Ewoks with names. What?
Dude, that's so. I was thinking the same fucking thing. I was thinking Wicket.
That's it. Wicket.
Wicket.
Wicket. Wicket.
Wicket. I can
That's a
see that.
gizmo if I've ever seen.
Ooh,
Oh.
Gizmo's another good one.
Oh, I like that.
That's a good one.
I like that. I could definitely go with Gizmo.
He's got the colors for it.
Ooh, I like that one. I really like that one, Bird. I think we'll have. I think that might be a winner.
Gizmo's good.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Gizmo's real good.
So see, you found an even better name than what you were thinking.
What was the original?
Oh, his original name, or
Yeah.
the one I was thinking?
Yeah,
I don't know.
the first
I don't know
one
what
you
name.
said.
Oh, I said Thor, but honestly, I just had that name off the top of my head when I was having a few beers, and I hadn't really given it much thought since then.
Well, he's like a little guy though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's going to be big.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be a big pupper, but still Gizmo. I like that name. My neighbor's dog's named Gambit.
Let's see here now. Clifford. Ryan
Oh, I am not going with the big red dog.
Mogwai. Mr. Bugle. Buford. And good morning, Darren. Nerfer, says JP's.
Here's
Doggo Praise 6, says Dave G.
So here's about how
Sassy
big they get.
too.
So here's about how big they get.
Looks like a Stanley. Let's see here.
I have a feeling he's going to outgrow my other two dogs.
Yep.
That might be too big for a gizmo.
Yeah, he's going to be a good sized dog.
No, Michael Garrick, no, bad name. No. I mean, there are some other bad names out there, but no.
I am not naming him after a Johnny Cash song.
Johnny Cash is a great name too. That's a good name for a dog. Johnny Cash, Frank Sinatra. I like that kind of shit.
I think Bird would be opposed to Frank Sinatra.
Why is that?
Well, for one, he doesn't have blue eyes.
That's kind of what I said too. There's no blue eyes.
that your dog has blue eyes?
No,
No,
the
if
dog
it
would
had-
have.
If it had blue eyes, then it would be. Then I could see. Yeah, that would be a great choice.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna be the biggest. Yeah, he's gonna be the biggest dog because males range from 90 to 120 pounds. And my dogs are 7 years old, and they're both about 65 pounds each.
What about Johnny Cash? That's not a bad name for a dog.
That's not a bad name. I don't know about that one. I'm still kind of partial to Gizmo right now.
I like Gizmo.
Yeah, Zach, I agree with you in the private chat.
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely, yeah. I think Bird kind of hit a good one there, Gizmo. I think it'll fit. So what if he gets bigger?
Gizmo works.
I think Gizmo definitely works. I think I'm definitely going to try and go with that one. So,
There you go. Bird helping people out already, huh? This
Yeah.
early in the morning.
I'll count that as a dear bop.
okay,
Absolutely.
go for it. So I don't know if he's. I know he's a purebred. I don't know if he's AKC registered or not. I'll find all that out when I get there.
They throwing in free shit like free bed.
No JPs. No bad JPs.
Oh, let's see here.
Scruffles. That's got to be the worst one.
JP's.
No offense.
JP's. Why? Just why? It's all I'm doing. Dear God.
Oh, where's Kronos when I need him?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm really excited about bringing adopting another pet. It's been, like I said, we got the other two pups. I still call them puppers. I got them 7 years ago. Shit, where does the time go?
Good question.
I hear you. For sure.
Well, there was a time I've actually wanted another dog for a while, but my old house, I didn't have the room for it. That was impossible. But here I've got the room, so, and I don't work, so I got plenty. And well, other than taking care of kids and maybe getting a part-time job, I got plenty of time to train a puppy.
Well, that's true. That's a good thing, though. Having time, because it is an investment to uh, train a puppy, and I don't mean necessarily funds. I mean time.
Yep. Oh boy, here we go again. Oh, another one of those tax kids campaigns.
And good morning, the Catman Dee Dee Myers.
Well, so Cap, been doing my workouts, and man, I tell you what, one thing's for certain, my energy level has gotten better, and getting up in the morning hasn't been as hard. So those are definitely some pluses.
Good to hear.
And
Yeah.
someone please make a clip of that.
Of what?
Just, edit it slightly.
Huh.
Getting up in the morning, it hasn't been as hard.
Oh. Well, now you can clip yours because you actually.
Yeah, but see, I just repeated what you said. So
I walked into that
Shots fired.
one. Yeah, I walked into that one.
No, that's great, man. I'm convinced that what we eat determines how good we feel. I'm convinced of that shit.
oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest problems my daughter had, hey Dee Dee Myers, by the way, was when she was going through a really rough time in 16. She was into drugs, and then the worst problem was she was not eating. And we told her, it's like, your body's all screwed up. One, because you're putting shit in it you shouldn't be. I said, number two, you're not putting the right food in. And when she finally got, got her head out of her ass and stuff and started eating right again, she finally put on some weight and said she put on a little bit of healthy weight. And she's like, I have more energy now, Dad. I feel better. I'm like, it's because you're actually eating food your body needs.
Well, also, if we could take a poll of the chat and the panel here, who has ever eaten McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell or whatever and said, yeah, I feel great after eating that shit?
Ooh, no.
I always feel like shit after eating something like that.
I try to avoid McDonald's as much as possible.
No, it's one thing when they come out with their new items, because those actually taste good. And then they come out with the cheaper versions after it's decided, hey, we're going to keep this on the menu. Because if you ever notice, and I don't mean just McDonald's, I'm talking any restaurant, they come up with a great idea, they give it at this reasonable price, and it's like, oh, this sounds good. You try it. Not perfect, not great, but better than the usual. And then it becomes a regular thing, jacked up in price and made more cheaply. So yeah, lovely.
The McRib.
Oh my god!
So I like the quarter pounder. I think that's a good sandwich, but a good burger. But I try and avoid that shit as much as I can, to be honest with you.
Oh,
Like,
exactly.
I like steak. I like fish. I like that sort of thing. A lot better for you.
Oh yeah.
Next time I go grocery shopping, one thing I'm picking up for myself because I love eating it and you can do so much with it is salmon.
Oh
like salmon.
yes.
And I'm the only person in my house who likes salmon. So I'm like,
okay. I'm sorry. For that very fact, the other family members are not quite as. I want to think of a word that's not too insulting. They're not as refined. I'll put it that way. Oh my god! I just called NB Geek refined. Oh, for fuck's sake!
we won't hold it against. Now, one of the things I love about, like I said, I love about salmon is you can do so much with it, and it's really a great freaking source of protein, and it tastes great.
Well, it's great, Geek, is you can go to like the grocery store and get like those things with salmon in it that you cook with a bunch of shit already in the like a bag. You just stick that shit in the oven.
Yeah.
And NB, don't listen to LDG because LDG sushi is your enemy. We already know this. We already have proof of this.
So I'm on
Well,
my last.
rice is terrible for you. Anything pasta family is just not good for you. People don't eat that shit. You know why they invented bread? For starving
Yeah,
people back when that shit was invented. People were starving to death. We shouldn't even be eating bread.
well, the reason why bread was a common thing back then was because you put it in your body, you'd mix it around with the other food, and it would expand in your stomach.
And it'd keep your ass alive. That's when it was invented, when people were there, they were starving to death. The human body is not accustomed to bread. That's not, if you talk about human engineering, we're supposed to eat meat, man. We're supposed to be hunters and gatherers and all that sort of thing. This processed shit is not good for any of us.
No.
Like, I
No.
like steak, man. I eat steak all the time. It's filet mignon or whatever. I like that type of shit. It tastes good. I know how to make it. It's easy. I like fish. And I'll go off the reservation once in a while and get like something shitty, like piece of pizza or something. But I try to eat good for the most part.
What I haven't found here yet is, and I haven't looked yet, but I need to find the local butcher shop because when I was down in South Carolina and I started going to the local butcher shop, I never wanted to go back to the fucking Walmart stores again for meat. Because
They've got some good shit once in a while, for sure. I've bought steak from there.
Oh no, I mean, but when I would go to this butcher shop in my town of Sumter, and I would buy the steaks or I'd buy the hamburger. I mean, everything was just so much better. The flavor, the quality. Yes. Yeah, we're not talking minute, barely noticeable quality, taste better. We're talking full on in your mouth. You're like, oh my God, this shit is just fantastic.
Well, smoker is great too. I mean, Jesus Christ. It depends on what you do with it, in terms of a steak.
I've never done smoking before.
That shit is so fucking delicious, and you load it up with sauce and everything when you put it in there. Just amazing.
I need to get a new grill.
Get a smoker.
Well, I probably will, but I'm waiting. I'm probably waiting until October, November. I'm waiting for the end of the season. When they start having their end of season closeout sales for the summertime. I never buy a grill during the summertime. I always wait.
LDG, are we supposed to eat fruits and vegetables? Not fruits, man, but I think we are supposed to eat vegetables. Fruits are not that good for you. I mean, fruit is total sugar. That's what that shit is. Fruit is sugar.
Pretty much.
Like even watermelon. I like fruit. I like the taste of fruit, but watermelon, strawberries, with any type of fruit, that shit is loaded with fucking sugar and carbs. I bought a mango recently, and I looked at it, and it fucking had 58 carbs, something like that. It's like, what the fuck? A mango had 58 carbs. Can you believe that shit?
Jeez.
And carbs are a killer too. Like I'm a beer drinker. Like I like my alcohol, and I'm not like the young dude I used to be, where I could just drink whatever I wanted to and do whatever, eat whatever I want to. Like I gotta like kind of watch that shit now.
And good morning, the Bosco scenario.
Was LDG some type of like vegetarian or something?
No, he loves sushi. It doesn't like him. Of course, he adds.
Okay.
Of course, he adds wasabi like most people would add. I don't know, lettuce to a burger. Whereas it's supposed to be like pea size, and he adds like a tablespoon.
And then he wonders why his brain's on fire.
Yeah, well, he just said fruit lowers your sugar. I mean, that's one of the craziest statements I've ever heard.
I think the whole point they try to go with is the point it's naturally sugar.
It's the natural sugar is healthier than the artificial. Yes.
I like coffee. I like caffeine. But yeah, I'm not so sure about that statement.
Here we go.
All right, here he is.
And you're talking about drinking fucking processed fruit juice. Yes, that would raise your sugar to death levels. But actual fruits are actually good for you, and they help you balance your fucking sugar. Bananas help you balance your sugar. Lemons help you balance your sugar. Now, if you go out there and you just have like oranges and shit, then yeah, then maybe that's that. If you
What about a mango?
Hey, but if you have like one or mango, so like it goes both ways. But not all fruits are like sugar death. That's absolutely incorrect. And I've done a lot of research because I'm diabetic. And your teeth are not carnivorous teeth. We don't have dinosaur teeth. We weren't meant to eat meat. Our default food for human species is vegetables and fruits, not meat.
I would have to respectfully disagree.
You can't eat meat. Your teeth cannot eat meat unless it's cooked.
My teeth eat meat.
You do not have carnivorous teeth. Look
Then
it
how
up.
do I do it?
It's science.
Then how do
Because
I
you literally have teeth called canines.
Yes, you have two
the
teeth.
name of
And
the
that's
teeth.
well, no. Wait. The front of your mouth is made to break the peel of freaking fruits.
Yeah, but
Carnivorous teeth means you have all canines, sharp teeth all across like a goddamn shark.
Well, let me throw a counter argument at you. Are human beings part of the animal world, would you say?
Absolutely. Everything's part of the animal world.
What do animals eat?
Everything.
Other animals.
Monkeys eat. Do you see monkeys eating freaking dead animals?
Yeah.
No, they're eating fruits.
Yes.
They're eating bananas.
I would say most animals kill and eat and consume other animals.
It is a known fact. You have carnivorous, and then you have the other ones. I can't think of the name.
Well, look at mammals. Okay, mammals oftentimes, I would say, if we could probably look it up, but just based on our knowledge without looking anything up, I would say most mammals consume other creatures.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'd like to see the data on that.
We could. Can we look that up, Trek?
You're more than welcome to look it up, unless you want to buy me a new computer.
Okay.
Yeah, my computer is not going to process everything in the world. I'm sure LDG could give you a good price on one that he could build for me.
Oh, you built your own thing, LDG?
Yeah.
What's a plug for you, you dumbass?
No, I do computers. If you pretty sure everybody knows that.
No, I respect your opinion. I'm not like, trying to go against you here. I'm just saying I don't agree with it. I think
I once was pretty convinced by a guy who said that we should in fact all be eating raw meat.
Oh,
okay. Here comes the jokes.
I'm not joking. He had a very solid, rational argument.
I mean, I'll go as far as say that we have kind of have hybrid teeth where we can go either way, but we're not like 100% meat eaters. Like our body are made to eat vegetables and processed vegetables and fruits. Matter of fact, if you do nothing and eat just meat, that could kill you.
I've done that before many times.
Yeah, and it's very bad for you.
I'm not so sure. So because if it
I
depends
used
on
to
how you
eat
do it.
meat all the time, like for the most part, and it almost killed me.
Well, let me put
my cholesterol was high.
Just wait a minute.
But it doesn't mean that's me. No shit, that's just me.
Well, no, just wait a minute. I'll be real quick. Did you take all the vitamins necessary to counterbalance the carnivore diet? So I did.
Where do the vitamins come from?
Well, it just depends. You need to look into exactly what you need in terms of vitamins and supplements.
Yeah, where did you get the vitamins? I think you know where I'm going with this.
From Amazon.com, something like that, probably.
No. You're not listening to me. Where did you get the vitamins from? What was the source of the vitamin intake? Pills?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do they make the pills? Where do the highest amount of vitamins come from in this world? If you didn't have pills,
I didn't personally manufacture the pills.
I understand that, but I'm telling you, naturally, what has a higher concentration of the vitamins in this world? Meat or vegetables and fruit?
It depends on what you are personally looking to do. I like
vegetable and fruit.
Well, what about protein?
Protein you get from milk, and there's protein from frickin' like nuts and berries.
Well, I like protein.
You have plenty of protein with nuts.
Well, you may find this interesting. I feel like when I eat meat, I actually am more sharp mentally. When I eat protein or a protein shake, I feel better mentally, like more sharp, more on my game.
You know what? If I have a lemon in the morning, I feel more awake than any cup of coffee could ever do to me. I feel awake, alert, clear-headed from one lemon in the morning. No piece of meat can do that. Matter of fact, you know what meat does? It puts me to sleep.
Well, I mean, you're convinced of your
I think you're eating the wrong meat.
And so am I. So,
I think that just needs
I respect your opinion, though. It's interesting.
I respect your opinion, too. But like I said, it's more not about opinion. It's about facts.
Well,
so people need to look up the facts and find out what the facts are. Look it up for yourself, people. Don't just blindly listen to that, because
a lemon
is a huge problem with people's health today. I mean, look at Bird. Look at me. Look at Mark. We're not exactly what you would call healthy.
Okay, well, I'm not aware of everybody, but I wish everybody well and good luck, and you know that. I think what's killing us, dude, is fast food and processed food.
I agree with that.
And I try and avoid that shit. I'll go off the reservation if I get drunk or something. Maybe I'll get a burger or something. But I'm on my game most of the time.
I lost 60 pounds not eating from fucking fast food.
Great, that's amazing.
Fast food is horrible. I know what they do with that food. I used to work for fast food.
I'm happy.
And if you get lucky enough not to have some asshole who pisses in the fucking frying pan, which yes, that happens.
You've seen that happen?
Yes, of course I have.
Wow.
Yes, I've seen people spit in people's food. I've seen people misprepare food. Why do you think I never eat at KFC anymore? Because the cooks don't give a shit, and they don't cook their food. What about the
genetically modified chickens? Have you looked into the genetically modified chickens where they have like 10 legs?
That's false.
Yeah, I don't know how much I put into that, but I know they genetic. Sure I know Tyson put protein growth in their chickens. I know that. That's why our daughters have double D's at like 6. Yeah, I know that. That's a fact.
Well, I lost weight just trying to avoid carbs. I mean, meat helped me lose weight. So I guess it's the opposite effect. We both had the same result from a different system, but meat and steaks and fish and all that sort of thing helped me lose about 40 pounds.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's not benefits from eating meat, especially fish. All I'm saying is your comment was we were meant to eat fish. That's an absolute.
I think we are.
I disagree with that.
I think we are because
I say we're meant to eat both. When you can't ignore either.
I didn't say
there are benefits of fruits and vegetables.
Did I say we shouldn't eat fruits, or did I say
no? But the way you said it implied that we were meat eaters. Like a meat eater is a meat eater. No, we're a hybrid eater.
Personally, I don't eat fruit because it has so many carbs. I don't eat.
I don't get where you get that. There are, like I said, lemons are so healthy. It's not even funny.
Well, I
one lemon a day, and
I like the taste of fruit.
No, the difference between having juice and having one. Did you know if you drink a cup of apple juice, that's like having 12 apples. You're not supposed to have 12 apples a day. One. You're supposed to have one fucking apple. You know when you drink a glass of orange juice, that's like 2 dozen oranges.
Oranges. Well, they tell us too that we're supposed to have bread. I don't think bread is good for us at all.
No, bread is bullshit. Well, the grain, the wheat, we're supposed to have wheat. The white bread is absolutely bad for you.
Yeah,
you get the full whole grain. Multigrain bread is better for you.
I
Wheat
don't
bread's
eat it, period,
good
man.
for better for you. And
I try
then
not to eat
they
it.
make it too thick. So I have Syrian bread, which is very thin, very thin. Like you compare it to like a Wonder Bread roll. I mean, it's nothing. It's like one pita bread is like a quarter of the size of the height of a Wonder Bread.
You know what else is fucking us up is pasta. That shit is so
Pasta's
bad
horrible.
for you.
That's huge carbs. Yeah. That's huge
Yeah,
carbs.
because of all those Mediterranean people who eat pasta and die early. Oh, wait. It's the opposite.
Yeah, I
What?
love pasta. I love eating it, but it's just terrible for us. Noodles, any
Well,
of that.
it's
sort of
again,
thing.
it goes back to your McDonald's statement. It's not pasta. Pasta's awesome for you, but it has to be made right. The pasta they're making, yeah, it's horrible because you're eating fucking shitty ass pasta that's made from gluten and all that shit. But you can make pasta from like so much stuff. Like for instance, potato chips. I eat freaking cauliflower potato chips. 1,000,000 times better than fucking Lay's potato chips.
The chips are
Yes,
terrible
they
for
make
you.
chips out of cauliflower.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Same thing with pasta.
I have low carb chips that are pretty decent. That are like I've got a couple ranch flavor or taco flavor, shit like that, cheese flavor, which are per package like 3 carbs. That's nothing. It just
No,
depends
well,
on
no,
what
then
we
they
eat.
pull that bullshit that says, oh, it's 3 carbs per serving. Oh, by the way, one bag is like 12 servings.
Yeah, this one's not that, but it still tastes pretty good.
What's it called?
like-
I'll look it up.
Quest.
I'm always looking for a
I
good
think
chip.
it's called Quest chip. You might like that. Go with the taco flavoring one. But yeah, dude, I hear you, man. I'm trying to improve myself too physically and get in shape and do what I can and lose weight and stuff. So I hear what you're saying. But I think human beings, like other mammals, are designed to see. Here's the deal: even if we didn't have factory grade animal butchering and all that sort of thing, we would not have trouble going out there with guns and killing animals ourselves. We're able to do it. We're more intelligent. We're equipped in every way, shape, and form. Even before we had guns, we had bows, we had spears, and we can do it. And how do you think they fished back then? They would use spears. We are equipped mentally to hunt other creatures, I think.
Boom, boom, boom. Do, do. Yeah, I'm going to give you a link so you can check this out right here. This is straight from the source. Copy, paste. There you go. That shows you nature's sets of teeth and what they're good for, what they're made for, what they evolved for.
I would disagree. I would say we evolved as an intelligent species, so maybe we don't require hunting teeth. Does that make sense?
We're not intelligent yet. We're getting there.
Yeah,
but
we are.
We're not quite
compared to every other creature on Earth. We are.
there. If you can compare it.
Some of
Yes,
us are more
but then
intelligent
if
than
you also compare it to other creatures, like a dog won't shit where it eats. We will. So what is
What do you mean,
intelligence?
we will? I don't know what that
There are
means.
humans who will shit where they eat.
I never have.
You haven't, but there are humans who do. Who piss and shit
you almost
where they
called
eat.
them animals.
And if I gave that guy a rifle and said,
They're
go
animals.
kill a deer, they probably could do it.
They don't even need a gun to do
Or
that.
a possum or a squirrel. If I said, go kill something and eat it, I bet you they could do it.
Yeah. The overall intelligence of humanity, you cannot just say if you can compare it to other creatures. There are other creatures that are a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? Instinctively more intelligent than humans.
What, the octopus?
I don't know if I'm going to give you
most-
examples here, but I do
most
know I've seen
octopus is
signs
supposedly
of
the
higher
smartest.
intelligence from animals than I've seen from humans doing stupidest fucking shit ever.
Yeah, well, supposedly, I think
Seagulls don't do Tide Pod challenges, so seagulls are smarter than you.
not really, because
Could
somebody
be
who does
wrong.
somebody who does a Tide Pod challenge could easily catch and consume a seagull.
I don't know if you ever tried chasing a seagull down. They're pretty smart.
Well, they can fly.
Let me put that link in the chat, by the way. All right, I need
Yeah, I
a
saw
quick
it.
minute,
I did
guys.
look
I'm
at
going to go heat up a coffee. I'll be right back. There's the link if you guys want to see it. And yeah, awesome.
Nobody's
I'll be right
looking
back.
on your link. Do you understand? Nobody gives a shit.
Look who's talking.
I'm just saying.
What crawled up your? What crawled up? Did salmon
Nobody
crawl up your
gives-
ass? What crawled up your ass this morning?
I'm just being honest.
Why are you hating?
I'm not hating. I just want you
I
to
know
know.
at least I know Brainy
Nobody's
Specs is
going to
looking
click
at it
on the
right now.
link.
That's bullshit.
You know what?
Do you eat meat now,
Nobody
LDG?
gives a shit what the teeth are evolved to do.
Do you?
According
Yes,
to
they
this
are.
one
So Zach, you hearing this? This is the
What do you
human
say?
race being intelligent. They don't even care about science anymore. So there's
Okay,
the proof.
15
Everybody in the
people
chat, you're not
can have
intelligent.
16 different diets that work for them. Okay, we all know there's not one diet that works for everybody. Some people
Yeah, no,
do
but that has to
better
do with
eating
your
meat.
blood,
Some
though.
people do better eating vegetables. Some people do better eating fruit.
Yes.
Some people do better eating a combination of all. It's like, what's the point of arguing this anymore?
There's no arguing. No one's arguing. And we're having fun with the topic. And if we're not,
Yeah.
then let's
Is
move
this
on.
I
fun?
enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm not. Am I calling
guess
Zach
I
an
must
idiot?
be crazy.
Are we fighting? I mean, we're being passionate.
No, I
We're
don't
being
think we're
entertaining.
fighting.
We're not
It's just
hating each
like,
other.
Who the fuck cares? It's like
There are people who care.
Where are
That
they?
kind of you're kind of talking right now is dangerous because you're basically saying the same shit I heard in high school. Nobody fucking cares, and that is
I
dangerous.
really don't think anybody's going to take their life.
I am pretty sure at least 2 people clicked that link because they were
lesson
curious to see the image
from what's
of all
going
the
on
teeth and
on
a little,
Captain
little
Trek's
5 second.
With
Oh,
two
okay, I'm not gonna talk over
relatively
you. All right, calm down.
uninformed
I'm gonna go make
people
some coffee. I'll be right
talking
back.
about what they did to lose weight. And yes, it's good. There's all good ways to lose weight, but nobody's one way is better than any other. And certainly if it is, you don't have any proof to claim it today.
Well, I don't think he has proof that we're not supposed to eat meat. I really don't think he does, but I respect his opinion, man. If it worked for him, good for him. But I think I've made my points.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this, aren't I?
No, it was all good. Nobody got mad. It's all good. We were just talking about should you eat meat or vegetables, basically was what it came down to.
We're omnivores. We're supposed to eat both.
Both. Exactly. Thank you, Darren.
And also fruit, I think, was a factor in that.
When it's seasonal, yeah. We're not meant to eat fruit all year round.
The only issue with fruit is that we've genetically modified them. And I'm not saying in a lab, just with breeding mostly over the years, that they are so much sweeter and larger than they would have been.
Well, what
had it
about
not been for selective breeding?
bananas?
Perhaps
Bad for
gone-
you.
What about them?
Bananas
What about them?
had seeds.
Hmm.
They no longer do.
Right. Well, plantains
Well,
still do.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What we call bananas, what we consume as bananas in the grocery stores, are seedless.
The fruit we call banana or whatever has changed over the years. The
Banana.
species that we use as banana died out like 100 years ago. So he switched to a different species
Banana.
of banana.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we've only had grapefruit since the 17th century, too. Those were accidental crossbreeding. So, I mean, it's nothing new to have of an orange and a pomelo, I believe was what it was, or a shaddock.
Well, what about a blood orange? What is that shit?
I've had a blood orange. I just figured they were just regional oranges.
Oh, is that what it is? Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've had some weird fruits, but like dragon fruit, that's a weird one. It's like, what the fuck is this thing? But the thing is, if you're overweight, right, what it comes down to is you don't want the carbs. That's what it comes down to in terms of fruit. You don't want those carbs.
Okay, let me say this, because every person is different. If you're looking for the best food balance for you, you should go to a nutritionist who will do the scientific studies that need to be done based on your chemistry, on your body, and you should follow those plans if that's what you want to do.
They could be on the take from some faddish dietary gimmick. I mean, they're people just like anybody else. You can't just automatically trust them because they have letters after their name.
I agree. I would say as long as you don't have an underlying illness, all it really takes is motivation.
Here's what you do. You grab some chicken bones, okay? A little bag of chicken bones. You throw them on your table. You go, hoya, 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 huh. And then, read the bones and figure out what you're going to eat.
Yeah, I second that. That actually really worked for me.
Yeah.
And I also got a witch doctor to bless my my china and silverware.
The bones say, I'm going to use ketogenic diet. Yeah. Or whatever. Most of the people here, though, aren't personally qualified to tell people how to stay thin.
Absolutely not.
Including myself.
I know what helped me before, but that's, again, my personal experience, and I'm not going to tell anybody how they should and shouldn't eat. Well, I'll tell them how they shouldn't eat, because I'm sorry, processed foods are not healthy. I think we can all agree on that. You're not gonna be healthy living on McDonald's and Twinkies,
or even just lunch meat.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Or even though everything in a can of Campbell's soup is supposed to be made from stuff that you could grow in your garden, it's been processed. So
that shit's bad for you too, man.
Yeah.
Anything that comes in a can, I don't even like microwave shit, man. I'll eat it though, but if I have something fresh, I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
Ooh. I did find this out. I did find something. I found that if I get over at the store Basler's near my house, you can get a crock and fill it up with orange juice, and basically the oranges are squeezed right into the crock. So it's just straight up from the oranges. And my kids had never had fresh squeezed orange juice before. Now they can't stand the orange juice at the store anymore.
Oh no. No
like,
surprise.
Yeah, once you have unsplit, for lack of a better term, once you have untainted orange juice, there's just nothing better.
That's a fun word.
Yeah.
Untainted orange juice.
I just like the word taint.
Hey, I'll tell you what, the first time they tried it, they were like, this is orange juice? I'm like, yes, this is orange juice. Well, what have we been having? I'm like, Bad orange juice.
Shit. We've been feeding you shit.
Actually, we've been having artificially flavored water that previously came from oranges.
Well, it's like good. So I guess a good comparison would be like if you get a burger from Wendy's or some great burger joint, right?
Five Guys. Oh my God, Five Guys.
Compare that shit to Wendy's, right? Is that like the store bought versus fresh orange juice?
Yeah, basically go that way. Yeah, Five Guys has the absolute fucking just. Well, their burgers are all fresh. They flat out. Their burgers are all fresh. The meat comes regularly. It's not.
Darren. Oh. All right. I'm back.
Yeah, what was that
All
you
right.
what was that you were saying about how some animals are instinctively smarter than human beings?
Oh, absolutely.
That is a
Animals have survived for millions of years.
yeah, but
and
intelligence and
prospered for
instinct are two
let me
different
finish.
things.
No, nobody can hear us when we're
you
talking
are
over
done.
each other.
You,
Let me
no,
finish.
No, you are done. I just
Animals
asked you
have
to verify
survived
what
for
you said.
millions of years, and we're on the verge of destroying ourselves right now.
Not because
No,
of meat, though. Not because
No,
of
because of our
carnivorism.
own intelligence.
And no, intelligence and instinct are two different things. The
Just
animal
because
does
your
what
brain is more developed doesn't
Shut
necessarily
up.
make you smarter.
a second.
You have the potential
Okay.
to be smaller.
The animal doesn't know what it's doing when it does it. It's following instinct.
Yes, it
That's not
does. That is
intelligent.
bullshit.
That's
There's
not
plenty of videos on YouTube that watch animals
Oh,
know what they're doing.
The guy who gets after me for quoting videos on YouTube is using videos on YouTube to justify the idea that humans and animals
Yeah,
have
you get it
similar
wherever you can get it,
intelligence
buddy. Get it
Yeah,
wherever you can get it.
I'll remember you said that.
Good.
Well, I would say this. I think you could make the case that certain animals, but there's very few, are as intelligent as human beings. The octopus is one of them.
How many hospitals has an octopus built?
Instinct is basic intelligence, Michael. It's like level 1 neural net.
No, you and I agree, Darren, for the most part. But there are certain animals that have the IQ. Okay, which is not, I guess, maybe not intelligence to your standards, but
Oh my god.
Well,
certain animals have.
I can't keep hearing this.
For intelligence quotient.
I don't think
sorry.
anybody's ever given an IQ
Wait a
test
minute.
to an octopus.
Wait a minute. All I have to say is at least let somebody finish. I
Yes.
can't hear over everybody else.
No,
And this is on my stream. I know they're not able to hear.
Oh, it's YouTube stream. You just live here.
Uh-huh. Way to get him to close the stream there, LD.
Hey, he'll just start it back up 10 minutes later. People enjoy watching Captain Trek blow up.
This is Tuesday. This is Tuesday. This is a day, if I stop it, it stays stopped.
Sure. It's just like Deej has a short stream that lasts like 9 hours. Okay.
I see.
Oops, I
Geek-
think I hit the wrong button.
Geek changed his name. That's pretty funny. I just noticed that. Now you got to change it.
Change your arrow there, buddy. 3,
All right, fix my
2,
arrow cap.
1.
You got to move him up there.
What are you
pretty
trying
funny.
to say, Cap? What are you trying
But
to say?
but the octopus, guys, is the smartest creature other than us in terms of everything it can
Dolphins
do.
are smart too.
And yeah, they are. But I believe the octopus is the best at problem solving and having issues.
They have the highest brain to body ratio in the animal kingdom.
Maybe that's a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it's the most because I know chimpanzees are pretty freaking smart. The elephant is very smart. Pigs are very smart.
Yeah, but
And
look up
these are animals you don't necessarily think of that, but they are. And
earlier you said that animals don't shit where they eat. The pig does. So I don't know.
Maybe some of them do, but a lot don't. A dog won't.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's a lot of human
A
beings.
dog will never shit where he eats, not unless he's forced.
Mm-hmm.
Curious.
And good morning,
I've had
Frog
dogs
G.
that eat their own poop, so
Well, that's because what you feed them. If you feed
Uh-huh.
them like pedigree and shit, it changes the smell of their poop.
Oh Jesus!
But they don't normally eat their own
Oh,
poop. That's
my
actually
God.
been proven.
Yeah, nobody really knows.
You eat them, you feed them shit, and then they'll think their poop is fucking edible.
Right.
That's pretty funny.
But I mean, look at humans. We're so smart. We have the answers to fix so much shit, and you are still fucking bound. I mean, by stupidity. Like, we could solve world hunger right now.
No,
Right
we're not. LDG, we're bound
We're
by
not gonna do it.
corruption. You're full. I disagree with that. We're not bound by stupidity. We're bound by very smart corruption.
Yes, and the stupidity to keep those people in power.
I would say ignorance.
Well, ignorance is the step one of stupidity.
Okay, but I would say ignorance. People don't know what's actually
When
going
you
on.
choose to be ignorant, that's stupidity. Did I clarify? Does that make sense?
Well,
Could you agree with that?
But I think the people you would call ignorant, the people who are apolitical, like myself, I actually think it's the most intelligent choice to make.
It's pronounced ignorant.
Because
Oh,
why
God.
would I involve?
Fucking shit. You know what, Darren? Or is it pronounced Darren? Am I saying your name right?
It's
Make sure we get
ignorant.
the pronunciation correct.
That was
God.
obviously a joke.
Yeah, I know.
But here's the deal.
I'm
It's
joking
like
here.
the people who ignore politics, in my mind, are the smartest people. Why would I involve myself in some stupid, dumb fucking shit? Some stupid, dumb fucking battle that I can't influence in any way, shape, or form. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of everybody's time. So it could be purposeful ignorance, which is actually smart.
Okay, you're going on a tangent, but I get what you're saying. But at the same time, when you say, why should I not get involved? You're just talking about running for governor. I'm talking about doing things that actually can positively affect society to fucking actually have an effect to the politicians.
No,
I'm not talking about running for office.
neither am I.
Actually,
Neither am I.
not Ryan Johnson. You are correct. We are bound by laziness and apathy. If people were actually to get off their lazy asses and do the work they need to do to figure out who should be in office and not be apathetic about it, we wouldn't be in the position we are now.
Am I apathetic about it? I could be. Maybe I am. But I'm not talking about running for office. I'm talking about even researching or knowing about stuff. Because to me, I used to be totally would look into that sort of thing and, was up on all the news and shit. To me, that's a waste of my time now and has been for a couple years. It's like, why the fuck should I spend my time getting informed when my opinion doesn't matter?
Well, that's why I'm like, my life dream is to make your opinion matter.
And yes, Frog G has a wonderful solution. Big stumpy robots, maybe.
Yeah, let's matrix our ass. Let's do it.
And then, of course, he drops a link for Big Stumpy Robots.
Don't worry about a frog. Nobody's going to click the link. Nobody cares, according to B-Word.
No. He was referring to you.
No. He was referring to shut the hell up.
Well, that's what I told you to do, too.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord.
Time for Robot Jocks. Oh, I love that movie.
I've never seen
I
that.
love that fucking movie.
What is it called? I've never seen
Robot
that either.
Jocks.
Yeah, it's a low
Who's
budget,
in it?
but it's got Gary Graham from Alien Nation and Enterprise.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
It is low budget. Don't get me wrong, but it's still a good movie. I don't know
It's
why.
like
I was
an
going to say,
American.
wow, that's
It's like an American kaiju movie, basically. It was like Robot Jocks before they had CGI.
Well, is it good? Is it actually good, or is it like bad
It's like
good?
Power Rangers, but just
It's-
all
it's-
monsters that are robotic.
It's bad good.
Oh, okay.
It's dated. It's even when it came out, it looked dated.
When did it come out?
It came out in the late 80s, but they used like
Oh.
mid 70s, cinematic tech.
1989.
Yeah.
Weird. But I like that tech, man. You know, a lot of that shit still holds up. I think the original Star Wars holds up fucking beautifully, man.
Yeah.
Matte paintings and
Practical effects
miniatures.
are-
I love that shit for sure.
What I don't like is when they remaster something, but they don't bother to fix the contrast differences because the different parts of the film age differently. And a great example of that was in Star
Here we go.
Wars. You could when they remastered them in the 90s, they didn't fix the traveling matte errors, so you saw these black boxes around the TIE fighters. And that can all
I
be
never
fixed
picked
by
up on
just you didn't see those in the theater when they first came out because the film was brand new. But as
I never saw it in
film
the theater.
ages, as film ages, the different elements in the film age at different rates, and so you get those boxes, and all that can all be fixed with Inferno, Flame, some high-end boxes. But if they don't do that, then you actually make the film look worse.
So what goes on in Robot Jocks is just the basic plot of it is you have people who get into these big robots, and it's two nations are fighting, and basically the whole point is whoever wins, it's kind of an alternative to war. You win a piece of land or something. And what happens is the main character, he contracted to do 10 fights. He won 9 of them. The 10th one is a draw, and that's where the story really kind of comes into play because they're trying to force him to do
okay.
the 10th and final round, even though he's like, I'm done. I've done my 10 fights. And
Is it kind of like that Hugh Jackman boxing movie, robot boxer movie?
Well,
probably
Real Steel.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea here is that we progressed past war, and all disputes that would have normally been settled by war are settled by this gladiator combat between nations, bringing their big mechs in there. So,
that's not war.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, the idea that you might lose one pilot of these mechs instead of thousands of soldiers.
Thousands of people. And they know there's a chance they can be killed in these things. They accept that as part of it. Like I said, it's a bad, good B movie. You just got to look at it for what it is. It's a low budget B movie. I still enjoy it. I think it's an enjoyable movie.
Good. Did they do a Blu-ray? Can I get it on a Blu-ray or something?
I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah.
I will totally check it out. Yeah, I like B
Welcome
movies
to a
too.
world where we put our differences aside and in warring factions settle the differences by playing Beyblade.
Is that the description?
No. I'm just making fun of the movie concept.
That sounds like something that'd be on the back of the box.
Why risk the person? Why the build huge robot? Just play Beyblade.
Well, is it more like Real Steel?
Then you dummy.
Well, Real Steel, I think, was just where they
wait.
outlawed boxing, right? And then so the big spectator sport is these robots fighting each other, right?
Is that what it was? I can't remember.
Well,
but is
it's
it more
based
like
off of
that, or is it
Okay.
more like the Guillermo del Toro movie with
Well,
giant robots?
No, these are giant robots. These are like kaiju-sized robots. But Real Steel was based off of a short story that also became a Twilight Zone episode, where a guy, a boxer who was put out of work because of robot boxers, dresses up like a robot to box other robots. To box robots.
Weird.
And yeah.
What a weird idea, huh?
Yeah. It was
Twilight
all about.
Zone is great, man. That shit still holds up. I'll still watch a couple of them. I just saw the Shatner one, and
Which one?
There are 2 Shatner ones. Yeah.
the Terror at 20,000 feet, I think it was called.
The one more people were aware of. Yeah.
What's the set? He did. I didn't even know he did 2 of them. I thought that was
Nick
his
of
own
Time
one.
was the second one. Nick of Time is what it was called.
His wife.
Yeah, he becomes obsessed with this Magic 8-Ball bobblehead thing that he can't make a decision without consulting it. And
I may have to check that out because I thought Shatner was brilliant in the fucking 20,000 feet one, man. Just tremendous acting. I think he was awesome.
One of the ones that is absolutely one of my favorite Twilight Zones is the one where she invites Death in, and I just I love the episode. And somebody had to tell me, I didn't realize this, that the guy playing Death was Robert Redford.
Yeah, very young
Wow.
Robert Redford.
Yeah. And
I didn't know that either.
I didn't either.
It's like one of his first gigs. Very young.
Yeah, but it was just great. I mean, a lot of the stories in Twilight Zone are just, some of them are just timeless. Great stories. The Sale of the Ages and is another one I love, where the salesman, you know, is trying to make a sale with Death.
It wasn't called the Sale of Ages. It was called the Pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watch them on Bird's channel every once in a while. Every
Oh,
week.
do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah, I went through and watched them all about 6 months ago on Netflix. Well, they had all the 30-minute episodes. They didn't have the season that was an hour long.
Yeah.
Well, the movie fucking sucks. You remember that?
The one with
John-
Dan Aykroyd?
I'm talking about the one with John Lithgow.
Well, that's the one with Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, I thought the movie was fine. It just was, you know, an update. It was kind of like they remade most of the episodes, and
That's all it was.
know,
It was a remake from
Yeah.
Better. It was a remake, and I mean that's all
Well,
they
there
did
was-
was they just updated
well,
it with different.
there was
episodes.
one original story though, and that's the one where Vic Morrow got killed during the making of it. The
Yeah,
Twilight
I was
Zone
not a fan
film, the Twilight Zone film effectively ended John Landis's career as a director.
Well,
So-
I would say, yeah. Well, it was. I didn't like it personally. You know, if you like it, that's great. But I would say the legacy of Twilight Zone is still around. I mean, just take a look at Black Mirror.
Mhm.
Yes.
But if you get a chance to get the original Twilight Zone on Blu-ray, the Blu-ray transfer they did of those original negatives is just stunning. It really is. I mean, like the one we were talking about earlier with Robert Redford, you can see every like imperfection in his face. You know, you can see you're watching a much better, picture quality than they got back in '59. You know, and
Twilight
I
Zone
recommend
complete Blu-ray series, $66.
yeah, it's on sale now. They changed
Kinda
the
pricey.
packaging. They changed it for 7, I think it's 5 or 6 seasons. I can't remember. It's still a lot. I mean, but you get a lot of special features in it. I mean, when I bought it, it was over $100, and it was well
Yeah,
worth it. So
I quit buying DVDs and Blu-rays about maybe 2 years ago, and just started watching shit for free on the internet.
right.
Except the problem is the internet is going to go away eventually. And even though DVDs and Blu-rays don't last forever, despite what people say or companies say, at least having a physical copy is better than nothing.
Oh no!
If I was to do this, man, this would be nice. Get a Blu-ray Twilight Zone and get a Blu-ray Outer Limits. Oh shit, that would just be fucking love both those shows.
There are certain things you never say 3 times. One of them is physical media, physical media, physical media, in the presence of a certain other YouTuber here.
Who is that?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. What he said is correct. It's better than nothing. I mean, anything is better than nothing. I mean, geez Louise. That's like saying, I mean, like, seriously, of course.
I think you cut out.
Isn't it horrible?
Wow.
One of the things I do enjoy about getting some of the physical media, honestly, is like I've got The Last Starfighter on Blu-ray, and a lot of times I like watching some of the special features they put on those things.
I like watching them in full HD without having to worry about your internet connection.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
here's the deal, man. I'd rather spend $12 a month and watch the whole thing than spend whatever you said, $68 or whatever it was. And plus, I actually canceled Netflix. I went over to HBO Max. I've been loving HBO Max quite a bit. Just tremendous shows and movies, and HBO Max is awesome. But I've also got certain websites I can't name on the podcast here that you can go and just watch anything for free that's not on HBO, which is what I do.
Yeah. Free the net sites.
I just realized this. I'm looking at Robot Jocks here, and yeah, it has Robert Sampson, but it also has Jeffrey Combs in it.
Does it?
Yeah, that's what it says. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I can't remember. I don't think he was the antagonist of the other robot, but I could be wrong.
Oh, let's see. Jeffrey Combs, a spectator. He's listed as spectator in the credits.
Is that an extra? Was he a background extra?
I think so, yeah.
Then why put his name up there like that? Oh,
Because there weren't
Jeffrey
very many people in
Combs.
the movie anyway.
no, that's true.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, that's true.
Hey,
I mean, hey, man.
I'm gonna get in this thing, and I'm gonna kick your ass.
Well, it's not like now where Hollywood has, 10, 15 producers per episode.
right.
Well, let's say we all got together years ago and did a film that had Tom Cruise that bombed, and he was a background extra. We'd probably put his name on the box too, right?
Yeah. They've done that in films before. I mean, I remember seeing Arachnophobia, thinking it was going to be a John Goodman movie, and here he had a cameo. And they,
Right.
but the trailer just put his cameo. His cameo is the whole trailer, and yeah, it was terrible.
Well, they made it. Remember how they made it? 8 legs and an attitude, and then one man, 400 pounds, and a spray gun. And you know, they did make the movie. They did pitch it in the trailer that this movie was going to center around John Candy, or not John Candy.
Goodman.
John Goodman. Yeah. The trailer was very misleading. It was one of the first times I'd seen that. There was a trend that happened when I was growing up that started right. I remember it starting with Beetlejuice, where all of the funny parts in the film were crammed into the trailer, making you think this was going to be a nonstop laugh fest. And then you watch the movie, and all the funny parts in the movie were ones you'd already seen in the trailer. Everything else was filler.
I would compare it to Godzilla, where I thought Bryan Cranston was the main dude for that movie, and he fucking dies the first 10 minutes.
But that's when I remember this kind of thing starting. Why
do they do that shit? It doesn't even make any sense.
No.
It's called trolling. It makes absolute sense. That's why WandaVision had 1 billion views. Trolling your production gets views.
LDG.
What?
Yeah, your microphone was really
Hot.
What happened?
Yeah.
You sound good. You sound fine now.
It's better now.
Hot mic.
The hell was that? Okay.
Yeah. Tim
you
Burton.
sound fine now.
Whenever they took Tim Burton movie,
trolling your shit.
They would do that with his. They did that with his Batman trailer too. I thought that all the good moments were already in the 2-minute trailer, and then when you saw the movie, it was all just filler.
What a great
to get to those
fucking
moments.
movie, though, huh? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, the original 2 Batmans, man, are still some. I go back and revisit them about once a year, maybe twice a year. I love Batman Returns. Is probably my favorite.
I don't consider them very good films, but they were they were instrumental in getting people to change how they view the regular pop culture mom and pop folks to get change how they viewed Batman, because everybody else kept thinking of Adam West and Burt Ward at that point. And,
well, Darren, I would go up against somebody who says BVS is better than Batman Returns any day of the week.
Oh God.
I think Batman Returns is definitely a great movie.
Thank you.
I prefer Batman the animated series.
Yeah, the animated series was what I liked the most, and then I think that the obviously the Christopher Nolan films had a very different take on the whole thing.
Amazing.
And I kind of enjoyed that
series
take.
was soft.
Mm-hmm. But
I liked it.
Yeah.
I just wasn't Batman.
The Tim Burton films could have been so much better if they'd stuck closer to the source material, in my opinion.
No.
And they were more Tim Burton movies than Batman movies,
which I actually appreciate. I mean, I like the gothic nature of Gotham City. Gotham City to me is more interesting in those 2 films than in any other film. Even though The Dark Knight is and Batman Return or Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises are probably better films. Gotham City is more interesting to me in Batman Returns than any other movie.
Anton First's
And-
designs are pretty good. I do admit that was one of the things that I liked about it was how he took prison and castle architecture and stretched it into skyscrapers.
It was cool, huh?
And,
I thought so
yeah.
too.
Good morning, Michael T.
All right, that's a hint to
Somebody-
change topic.
That's somebody's microphone there.
Hold on, let me
What?
do it.
It's not me.
Automatically check that. Take you to 200.
I'm turning on my AC
How are
fan,
you
so you might
today?
hear a hissing noise in the back.
Michael T.
Yeah.
Okay, there.
Barely hear you.
You're
Michael,
very
talk
quiet.
into your mic, not across it.
And good morning.
Turn your mic around.
Take your mic out of the bathtub.
Go to cam mic settings. Make sure your right mic is selected. Oh, here we go.
Well,
No, can't hear
It's you're probably not set up to use that microphone right now. You're probably setting up to
Yeah,
use
check
it
your
with
cam mic
headphones.
settings
Yeah.
in StreamYard.
I mean, I have you
Cam
at
mic.
200%.
Yeah, I would put him back to automatically because when his mic turns on, it's going to be loud.
Check 1 2.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Why did it go to the webcam's mic? It's never done that before.
Because you either unplugged your mic or you had a
Nope.
Windows update virus that fucked everything up.
I know
Or
that
clear your
Discord
cache.
often likes to
Got
reset
it
all
back
my
to
audio
100.
settings as well. So if you have Discord, that can happen.
My Discord's open, but I'm not in a room right now, so.
Oh, you sound fine
Yeah,
now.
doubtful is Discord.
Oh, yeah. Going back to
No, I
Batman,
did.
though,
See,
I wanted to point out
in
that...
Batman Returns, I didn't care for how they redesigned the Penguin as this, aquatic Birdman from the sewer when he was.
I
Totally
disagree.
just didn't care for that. I mean,
I
Danny
didn't
DeVito didn't need that. He could have been a perfectly fine Penguin without all that stuff. But I guess they just
I
needed
totally disagree.
physically, Although I will say though that the dipping into the whole German expressionist stuff for the visuals, like Max Schreck, for example, was a great example of that, just in name and in execution, and all that black crap that would come out of Danny DeVito's mouth whenever he ate things, and the drool and all that. I
totally disagree.
I could see what they were going for, but I mean, Penguin doesn't need that. So
Yes, he does. The Penguin, in terms of the comic book character, is a fucking loser character. He's a loser character. I mean, just take a look at the versions of the Penguin that were available at the time of that film. He was a fucking loser character. Now, they've done some interesting things with him nowadays. But at that time, man, there was nothing really around in terms of the Penguin that was interesting.
Well, Penguin wasn't that kind of a villain. He was more along the lines of old school Riddler, where he was more of an intellectual guy. He also had a legit business on the side that was acted as a front. I mean, there was more.
He was a
to
gangster.
the Penguin than that. Well, yeah, you could call him a gangster, I suppose. Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, the darkness, the creepiness of Batman Returns, the soundtrack, the performances. I mean, I don't think even you would disagree that Danny DeVito gave a brilliant fucking performance, did a great job, brilliant job.
I don't see it. I just don't see it, and I didn't care for the changes made to Catwoman either. Although they weren't as great as
I don't see
the Halle
anybody
Berry
else
version.
playing the role.
Well, what is
again,
Michael
Michael
saying?
T?
So I don't, especially at the time, I couldn't see anybody else playing that role.
Me too. I agree. What did you think of Batman Returns, Michael?
Maybe Bob Hoskins, maybe.
Well, how do you
But,
feel about the film?
The film in general, the Tim Burton films, pretty much re-identified the entire Batman mythos. The Batman animated series took its cue from it, and I don't think anybody is going to disagree that, like, the animated series, the Paul Dini and Bruce Timm universe is very much the definitive version of the DC universe for a lot of our generation growing up, and how those characters and settings were portrayed.
So
Mark Hamill
positive-
is the Joker for a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, but would you say positive view of the Burton films?
I'd say yes.
Me too.
It did a reinvigoration that I don't think would have been possible otherwise.
Yeah, well, that I think Darren agrees with that as well. I think.
I mean, there's other elements of those films that are very positive. I mean, the Danny Elfman music sort of redefined the music we associate with Batman for another 10 years. Anton, like I said, Anton first designs were just fine, and a lot of that went into the Batman universe created by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm until they redesigned it, and then for the second half of their run, they started abandoning a lot of those concepts. But I mean, in terms of art direction and things like that, it was just fine. I just didn't care for a lot of the choices made in those films.
Well, why don't you give us some examples?
Didn't I have already done that?
Well,
does anybody else? What about everybody else? Does anybody else agree, disagree?
I agree with what you said about. I definitely agree about the whole Tim Burton was a big influence on, the stuff for the animated series that we got, which I do agree for a lot of people, our generation, this is what I call definitive Batman for me. Kevin Conroy is my favorite Batman, and we got into a Joker talk one time back at my works years ago, and they were talking about between Heath Ledger and somebody, and I said, guys, my Joker's Mark Hamill, and another guy, one of the other guys, he just kind of looked at it and goes, I'm going with Reed here.
See, I'm going with Heath, to be honest with you.
No problem.
That's my favorite Joker. But I hear what you're saying. I love Mark Hamill too.
Well, a concept that is solidified more in recent years is the concept that the Joker embodies three different aspects. There's the comedian, the clown, and the criminal. And Jack Nicholson was the criminal. And Heath Ledger was the clown, the psychopath. I think they both did each of those aspects astronomically well. I don't think either one of them in particular embodied.
I don't think there's been a good. I don't think there's been a good combination of the three.
I think Mark Hamill's probably been the only one to do it all.
Well, the point is, you're not supposed to get the Joker in any time in all three. One of the best things I remember reading about is, he goes through his origin, and then, it's like, sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes I remember another. If I'm going to have a backstory, I prefer multiple choice.
Well, Heath Ledger did that shit, right? His character.
Yeah. He just kind of changed up, about his scars. And I mean, that's kind of the whole, that is kind of an aspect of the Joker is, he'll say something and then he'll take the same story and change it up.
Well, his character was the scariest. I would say Heath Ledger was the scariest, most intimidating Joker.
Yeah, the psychopath aspect absolutely is, yes.
And, Nicholson was pretty much a mafia don, right? He went in and took over the Gotham City mob, which Heath Ledger did too, right? But Nicholson played it more like a mob boss, I would say. You have that scene
with territory now, and
okay,
you're my number one guy.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't like the Heath Ledger Joker. I don't.
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead. You want to elaborate?
It just looks, honestly, not well thought out, cheaply done. It's just, I don't know. I just didn't like it.
To me, it fits the universe that they had created.
I would say
I like the outfit. The outfit looks nice, but it's just, at least, if I remember correctly, who cut his mouth? Let me ask that.
He gave two stories.
You don't
never
three
distinctly, yeah.
He did. He said one story that he used a razor blade on himself to make his wife feel better after she got her face mutilated by loan sharks. That was one story, and the other one was his father did it to him.
I wish they'd proven the second one true, because the first one just sounded utterly stupid.
Well, the way he performed it was awesome.
And I will admit that, like, the multiple setups in the movie did play to the to kind of the shattered background of keeping the mystery of who the Joker really is around. But also, it also set up one of the best comeback lines I ever heard in a movie. And
but I know how you got these.
Yeah, You know how I got these scars? No, but I know how you got these.
That is a
Fires,
good
saw
one.
blades.
Yeah. Well, that Joker was the scariest Joker to me. Like the most creepiest, the most disturbing. He was like I did a podcast talking about the Dark Knight trilogy recently. I described that version of the Joker as almost a demonic character. That's how he feels to me. There's something about him that's demonic, that's evil, that's like just disturbing that I think some of the other performances don't have.
I like that they kept him an enigma. That was one of the things I think that made him effective. With the Jack Nicholson version, he just acted like Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
That was one of the problems I had with it. I didn't care for the casting of Jack Nicholson as the Joker because he was just going to do his own thing, which is the thing that he does in all of his other movies, just amped up higher than normal.
He's on
with
the
Heath
list of
Ledger,
actors that don't actually act.
right? Yeah, you can put that right up there with John Wayne and Roger Moore, but
Sean Connery and Nick Cage.
But the Christopher Nolan version, I mean, you look at Heath Ledger in any other film, you don't see that Joker there. He was really channeling something different. Granted, I have not seen the Jared Leto version other than in the end of the Snyder cut.
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It looks like a Marilyn Manson sort of.
I do like the theory that that's actually secretly Jason Todd.
Yeah,
but
wouldn't be bad.
Other than that, like we're trying to write for the writers there, and I don't like doing that.
Mm-hmm. The thing that I didn't
put
like
that
was
picture up, Trek.
Trying to.
That
okay.
Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman acted more like the Joker than Leto's Joker did.
Oh.
Not me.
That was my biggest freaking problem with that movie is the portrayal of Lex Luthor was so poorly done.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing, man. The whole thing was a problem for me.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor
having him
doesn't
be
have
evil Mark
Yes,
Zuckerberg.
Ken Jackman, what's going on?
Hey there, everyone. I just came into. You guys are talking about the Joker, and I had to give my. What happened? Where'd the other fella go? Did he leave?
I don't
clue.
know. Sometimes it
Am I
happens.
disconnected?
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to kick anybody out here.
Oh, no. No, of course not.
But my thing about Heath Ledger's Joker is it's too grounded in reality. I don't like the Nolan. I don't like the Nolan verse of Batman because it's too much Christopher Nolan and not enough Batman. And
Well, tell me he's not creepy though.
I didn't say he wasn't creepy. he's creepy in a way that a normal person would be creepy. Why is he wearing
Doesn't that
Joker?
make him more creepy though?
No, because he's not the Joker at that point. It's not.
I agree.
Ledger playing some kind of criminal, and it's a guy playing something reminiscent of Batman, but it's not. It's grounded in reality.
I get it. It's live action Joker. I'd agree with you to that, but that was the point.
I understand that that's the point, but that's not the point of doing a Batman movie. You do a
No,
Batman
I don't
movie,
agree.
No. You're
Batman
not
on
listening.
screen.
You're right. If Batman, it was a real life Batman. That was the movie.
Again.
Now, if the point was to make a real life Batman, not
So let
animate
me
that.
ask him this. Let me ask you this, Ken.
But that's
though.
not Batman.
Well, wait a minute, Ken. Do
Hold on.
you also dislike the Ra's al Ghul, and do you also dislike the Bane and the Scarecrow from those films?
All of it.
I cannot
all
stand
of it,
Bane.
all of it, all of it.
Bane,
fucked up.
horrible.
Bane was horrible. I'd rather have
Compared
Bane
to
than-
what?
My dietary expertise.
Compared to anything that came before.
Oh, bull fucking shit. The Bane from fucking, what is it, Batman and Robin?
Batman and Robin.
Compared to anything that came before, at least I would call it Batman.
No. Batman and Robin is more Batman than Dark Knight for you?
Yes.
Wow.
Just like Batman 66 is more Batman for me.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
Batman for
can't
Batman
agree.
and Robin. I couldn't stand that. That was too much.
And-
That was crossing the line.
I agree.
What
Totally
you
cross
don't
line. You
understand-
like the
what
bat nipples and the bat credit card
I don't care about that. It's immaterial. It's immaterial to me.
Wow.
It's
It was on
Batman.
screen. It's part of the story. It's part of the immersion.
It's Batman.
The bad credit
see
card.
what I'm saying?
Batman doesn't have his own credit card.
But Batman 66 could, and that's what they're
Why
doing.
not? He has his own
That
satellite
shit was
network.
ghetto. Batman 66 is ghetto, man, where Batman kicks a shark and it blows up. That's ghetto. I mean, come on, man. That's not contemporary. It's like a comedy. I've seen those, and I'll watch it. And you know what I do? I laugh my fucking ass off.
As you should.
For that, I think it was intended to be.
As you should. It's called camp for a reason. You're not supposed to take it seriously. And they went the exact opposite. They went live action Saturday morning cartoon.
Well, thank God, because I'm
You
a
like
big
the
fan
animated
of.
series better than a comic, don't you, Ken Jack?
Huh?
I said I have a feeling that you like the animated series better than the comic, the actual original comic.
No, because the comics were in part at times all of the things that everything was up until the point of the Nolan movies. I don't consider Christopher Nolan's Batman in any way.
Wow.
He's
I would say the animated series drew away from the comic.
Well,
I would
Ken,
say
you do realize that the Batman and Robin really had potential to destroy and derail the entire franchise. Critically hated, right? And you like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze.
I agree.
And all that shit and fucking.
I agree. But
Batman.
But in the spirit of the character, it's more in line with the character of Batman and the spirit of what came
That's
before
if it was selling
than
itself
Christopher
that way,
Nolan's
though,
Batman.
Ken.
Ever.
I would
rather have Batman and Robin than Christopher Nolan's movies. I would rather
shoot myself than fucking share that opinion.
My upset
I'd rather
about
be
Batman
Batman
and Robin is that it didn't express.
I'd rather you be
maybe I
Batman.
took it too far. No.
I'm going to say this.
I think Michael T would definitely make a better Batman.
If
he would.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
That was funny. That was actually a funny line, right?
I don't remember a goddamn line really much from it, but I will say this: when it comes to if I'm going to get a choice between the two Tim Burton Batman movies or watching the Chris Nolan trilogy, I'm going with the Tim Burton because I think the Tim Burtons are better. I just think they are. I think they're better.
Batman is a
and I have a
serial
criticism of
murderer.
the Tim Burton Batman movies as well. The Tim Burton Batman movies are nothing more than Batman 66 with a darker coat of paint.
No, absolutely not. Batman in the Tim Burton films is a serial.
If you don't see it, then I can't explain it to you.
I don't think you can explain this, Ken, that Batman is a serial murderer in the Tim Burton films. I like it. I'm down with it. I don't give a fuck about it. But how do you conflate Batman being a serial killer, a serial murderer?
No, you're confusing that with Batman from
it's closer
Batman
to the comics.
You're confusing that with Zack Snyder's Batman.
Yeah, wait a
Batman
second. You're not to explain that one, Zach. How is Tim Burton's Batman a serial killer?
Batman on screen kills at least like 15 people.
No, he hits them.
Where? I didn't see one person.
He sticks a bomb in a guy's pants in the second one. He throws a guy off a fucking balcony in the first one. Not Joker.
But none of those things are deadly.
Joker. Oh, getting thrown off a balcony, getting a bomb blown up on you is not deadly.
Batman
kills motherfuckers. Yes,
you don't know if they died.
Batman kills motherfuckers.
It's not implied that they're dead.
Guy in the
tone of the movie doesn't imply that they die.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, exactly. Batman kills motherfuckers in the Tim Burton movies. A lot of them. Kills a lot of them, which is fine. It doesn't bother me, but it's not commensurate with your statement.
But it
is closer to the source material.
It goes closer to the 30 source material because there was a time before changes were made. Batman did use a gun, and Batman had no problem killing people. In fact, originally, the Joker was supposed to have died in his first appearance. He wasn't supposed to come back.
Yeah, he got stabbed, right?
No, I think he fell off a cliff. I think he was kicked off a cliff by Batman. I mean,
No. I'm sorry, Kinjack. Man, that's difficult to take.
Yeah, but killing
I
in
mean-
self-defense doesn't make you a serial killer.
now
Yeah,
what
but
happened was originally. Well,
good.
one of the things was Batman does not go out intentionally to kill, but sometimes people get killed in the process, you know.
And that's fine, but that doesn't make you a serial killer. Just to clarify.
Well, I think I could probably find an example of him just shooting a guy or something like that. Doesn't he roll up with the Penguins guys and just blow a guy up? I think he does.
I remember
At
there's
that
one guy
Christmas
who
party.
had like a stick of dynamite or something like that, and he uppercut him into a sewer grate with the stick of dynamite and let it blow.
Yeah, but that's not killing somebody.
Yeah, it
if
is.
someone comes to me with
Are you telling me
with
Batman's
a
not
bomb,
skilled enough to have
and I'm
disarmed
able to
him
freaking like
before
get
uppercutting
out of it, and that guy dies by his own bomb, that's not me killing him.
Well, I didn't say it bothered me, LDG. I just said it's not commensurate with the statement that that Batman was more family friendly than the Chris Nolan one.
Well, to
That's
be
the point I
honest,
was making.
I think the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton, that I enjoyed it. I like it. I'll watch it again. It was awesome. But as far as like keeping with Batman, they were basically like just the motion. They were just doing the motion of Batman. Like everything wasn't. I didn't think it was like real Batman. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could
No,
tell
I
it's
don't.
just like
Okay,
real life
let me-
imitation.
I've seen those movies.
LDG,
What?
let me put it to you this way. And this is not an insult to people who do like it. There are people who could not care less about the comics. They want a good movie. This is the same thing that needs to go on today. I don't give a shit about the comics. I support the comics, but I don't think that we should necessarily be bound to them for everything.
This is okay. See, Zach, this is that intelligent factor that we were talking about. Humans,
Okay.
of course, the comics need to matter. You just can't just say, "Oh, I don't care about the comics." It's the original source material. It is the IP home of the character. Literature is created in a particular way, and you're just going to ignore literature?
There
I
are
have a counterpoint.
details that I have no problem with updates.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
LDG.
Not ignoring it, updating it.
I think I have a
But
strong.
you just said it. It doesn't have to follow the comic. You just said
That's
that.
what I said. Follow,
LGG.
follow, update
Well, just let me
And
say this real quick.
is not following.
The Batman stories.
You can update it and still keep within it.
To me, Batman is
And I
like
think
jelly
Batman
beans.
should have a gun.
Okay. Does that make sense? Batman is like jelly beans. There's 60 whatever flavors of Batman, right? I happen to like a certain version. So do you, right? I like the Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller, the dark type of Batman story. That's what I prefer. Okay,
Same
and you
here.
prefer your version. I like the dark version where he's a bad motherfucker and he's intimidating. I'm not a big fan of the camp Batman, so that's where my opinion comes from. And the Dark Knight Returns has been a big influence on me. The Batman '89, Batman Returns, those are influences on me. And I love the Chris Nolan films. It's basically comes down to everybody does their own take on it. That's pretty with every artist and writer as a team, and also with every filmmaker and cast and crew.
And
My favorite Batman-
I want to agree with Dave G. Sound. You're right. Doesn't mean it's not as important to others.
My favorite Batman is the one that I believe there's two of them actually. There's Batman Brave and the Bold and Batman the Animated Series. They are basically the best depictions of Batman you're ever going to get.
Oh, I can't disagree more. Batman the Brave and the Bold to me is actually unwatchable to me. But that's because of my background with the character and your background, right? So you like it, and that's great. And I won't hold it against you. But for me, it's like torture.
And I find Frank Miller's Dark Knight a travesty against the characters of Batman and Superman. I find it awful. I think
thank God for it.
I think it's nihilistic and needlessly dark.
Well, and the big important thing to remember about like all of these side stories that are told, like you got Frank Miller's Dark Knight, you've got The Killing Joke,
And it's
all
a
of
side
these
story.
great
It's not the
big
end-all,
side
be-all of
stories
Batman.
are not canonical with Batman's history.
There you go. And that's the point.
But what is Batman's
Latching onto
history?
that?
When-
Hold on. I've been trying to say this. You got to remember also when it comes to Batman. Okay, following the comics. Okay, we need to establish something here with this. It's one thing to update and take a character and adapt him from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, yada yada yada. You got to update him with the era that we're currently living in. Fine, I get that. I'm totally accepting of that. But you also have to remember, LDG, that Batman has been in probably tens of thousands of comic stories since the goddamn 30s.
Okay,
There's a lot to choose from.
Let me put it to you this way: this was even
What the hell
dealt
are you
with.
gonna call me up for?
This is
Because
this
you
was
mentioned the
even
comic books.
this was even.
I'm
dealt
the
with
only
this-
person on this goddamn
LDG.
panel that enjoys all Batman. All Batman. I'm not like you guys.
Okay, when you shout over the host, you're muted.
Meh. I'm being attacked, and you got to let me defend myself. So go ahead and say what you want to say, so I can
I
continue.
did not attack you. You're full of shit.
I'm joking. I'm down there, Kimosabi.
Ladies, you're both pretty. Can we keep going now?
Go ahead, Captain Track. What were you saying? I'm sorry. I apologize for talking over the Almighty Master.
He's really milking this dramatic pause.
Yeah, he is. Either that or he got disconnected. Anyway, it's all good. No, I get it, man. I was just joking around. Anyway, but seriously, I love all Batman. Like, I can prioritize my likeness, but I'm not going to sit here and say I hate diverse Batman stories. I love them all in some form or fashion. So, I mean, yeah, to say that to tell me that Batman has a million stories, no shit, Sherlock. You're talking to the one person on this planet that believes Batman, along with everything else, should be public domain, so everybody can tell their version of their story and let people make up their minds for themselves.
I kind of like that idea.
Of course, no
that
problem.
Last idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I have no problem checking out alternate versions.
Hey, sorry, the closest I can do to that is you'd have to come to my house and read through the 86 to 2011 Batman's Dark Knights and Shadow of the Bat, Birds of Prey, Nightwing,
Long
Robin.
Halloween.
Long Halloween. I
Yes,
have Long
another
Halloween.
one.
I have Long
answer
Halloween.
your question,
I know more
Cinnabon, is
Superman
yes.
stories than I do Batman stories of the comics.
What was the one that came out right after Long Halloween? The sequel to it, was it Dark Mirror? It was Dark something. I remember that. I have it. Just can't think of the name of it now. Because it's the one that actually, because if you look at Long Halloween, the way it ends is he's going to the
Dark
carnival.
Victory, right?
Dark
Is that
Victory.
it?
Yes, Dark Victory.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you remember at the end of Long Halloween, he's going to the carnival. And Dark Victory picks up after the death of the Graysons.
Badass title too. Dark Victory.
That's so campy to me. Dark Victory. That's cheesy.
That's campy to you, but fucking Batman and Robin is great. Come on, Doc.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it was great. I said it was better in comparison to Christopher Nolan and his Nolan Man movies.
You're in like the 2-3% of people who share that opinion.
And I said I would rather have that than Christopher Nolan's take on Batman, which I don't like.
If that was the take currently today, I would not be a Batman fan.
Well, the more nihilism and pointless, needless darkness.
Batman is fucking nihilistic.
Out
dude.
of the
That's
character,
his
he's not. No, he's not.
Yes,
He says in one of the stories where he says, "I looked at the darkness and I didn't blink." You did when talking to Owlman.
Yeah, he
That's
goes
not
the difference between you
that's
and
not
me.
nihilism.
When you looked into the darkness, when you looked into the abyss, you blinked.
Yeah, well, his backstory is a dark backstory. The heart and soul of the
His
character
dark
is
story, his
dark.
backstory is a tragic backstory, not a dark one.
I disagree. I mean, we could characterize dark and tragic as the same thing. I think we could.
No, you can't, because they're two different things. That's two different categories of story.
Yeah,
You're
I would have to
confusing Batman's
agree. Jack,
story.
Jack, I'm sorry. Zach.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, there's a difference between tragedy and dark.
Well,
He
you
was
could
brought up
characterize them
as a
both.
millionaire's son. That's not dark. He had a dark thing happen, but that's not dark. That's a tragedy. He lived a
You're
happy
confusing
life up
Batman
until
with a
that day.
horror movie, and that's
Dark.
not Batman.
It's like
Batman is a dark. Batman is a tragic noir.
Well, Ken, if I had my way, Star Wars would be just like that, and Star Wars would go dark and show creepy shit.
Of
and
course, it would.
Yeah,
Because you're oriented towards that, but not everything is oriented towards the horrific.
I didn't say horrific.
But that's
yeah,
what
you're dark and horrific. That's it.
You're conflating. You're conflating.
And I never said
As
horror.
someone who's
dark.
mostly outside of this, I got to say I have to agree. Batman is a dark figure.
I agree.
Yeah.
That would put him in the category of horror, and he's not.
I wouldn't say horror. Dark is different than horror.
Correct. Dark is different than horror.
Yeah, he's more noir than horror.
Correct.
Well, in terms of Star Wars being dark, Vader in the hallway in Rogue One, that's a dark scene, right? I would like to see more stuff like that. I'd like to see more, just impressive shit happening, to be honest with you. There's so much potential in a property like that. I'd like to see it take a darker path and really kind of show some of to me, that's more interesting. Right. So,
I mean, he's called the Dark Knight.
Well, there you go. Great point.
We tapped out on Batman. So what's going on here?
We do know that was because his suit is black, right?
Batman. Yes, that's it. That's what it is. If you focus on that aspect of Batman, you miss the entire point of the character.
What is the fucking point of the character?
The point of the character is that he's noble, and there's no nobility in any of the things that you say you like. There's no nobility in Batman. There's no nobility in anything Frank Miller did with Batman.
Wow,
that's
nobility.
Dark nihilism.
Wow,
it's all nihilism and
pointless. That is so false. We're talking about an old man who comes back into the fray, not because he wants to. He's physically deteriorated. He's not in good shape. He gets his ass whooped over and over again to make a fucking difference. To you, that's not
There's
noble.
nothing noble about that. There's
What?
nothing noble about Batman in the Dark Knight Returns.
What?
Batman in the Dark Knight Returns. Batman in the Dark Knight Returns is a psychopath who was broken by the crime that he saw in his neighborhood. His mind is shattered. His mind is completely shattered.
Hold on.
And
I gotta disagree with this point right here.
Michael T.
His mind is completely shattered, and he's gone absolutely insane.
I've got to disagree with this point with regards to Frank Miller's Batman. Is the fact that he came back to Batman and all is the definition of his nobility.
Thank you.
He absolutely did not want to put on the suit again, but he goes out and designs a whole new one just to take down Superman, who's being used as a puppet of a dictatorial state.
Totally fucking noble.
Yeah, he was done.
Ken,
he was done.
Go ahead.
He was done. He was done. He was over with. He was ready to call day, but he knew he had to do the right thing because he saw what was going on with Super. I mean, we could talk about the mutants as well, but let's go back to the fact that, he's like, he's trying to talk Superman down, and Superman's just not listening. And he's trying to explain to Superman, you become what you're supposed to be against.
And Superman in his own way kind of was noble too, because he thought he was doing the right thing. Right. So, but Ken, that kind of opinion that Batman from that story wasn't a noble character sounds like the type of opinion of somebody who has never read or the comic or seen the film. Sounds like somebody totally unfamiliar with the story.
It sounded more like to me he was describing Frank Miller's All-Star Batman and Robin, which was a very horribly done book.
I haven't read that.
Don't. It's the one where he constantly is referred to as the goddamn Batman.
Okay.
And he is a freaking complete psycho. He literally locks Dick Grayson up in the Batcave. He berates Alfred like Alfred's his little bitch. It was very, very poorly. I don't know what Frank Miller was going for in that one, but it got canceled eventually. It didn't finish out its series because it was just that bad.
But Dark Knight Returns Batman is super fucking noble. I mean, what about him going to save the city and teaching other people how to carry on his legacy after he's dead to help other citizens and stuff? He's totally noble. And he's not a psychopath. You know, he's even noble to the degree that he wants to help Harvey Dent. And you see him help Harvey and have empathy. So I can't agree.
I might be confusing my Batman here. Which is the one where he is that the one with the girl Robin and he
yes,
at the end he kind of kisses her and then he leaves and
he doesn't kiss her, does he? I don't remember that.
No, the one that I saw he kind of did that.
And you're thinking of something else.
Anyway, the one I saw was the one where Gordon ended up in like all messed up and Barbara Gordon got shot.
Oh, you're thinking of, I think
that's Killing Joke.
You're thinking of Killing Joke, Killer Joke.
Yeah.
Because in there, it's all kind of a blur, it's kind of smushed together for me. But I didn't see Frank Miller's Batman. There's a moment where he in the one that I saw.
Killing Joke. I don't even think that is Miller. Is it?
No, I don't think it is either.
No,
but there's one that I saw where
Morrison.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the Batman that is nuts.
That was Alan Moore.
Alan Moore.
He's gone completely insane and has lost all control over his faculties and is trying to go and die with the Joker.
Well, I like Killing Joke too, but I wouldn't call him insane though. I mean, I get where
he's gone nuts, and he's in the version of the story I know, he's gone nuts, and he's trying to kill himself along with the Joker. That's the way I see that story, at least in the animated version that I saw.
No, I don't get that.
The animated version added elements that were not in the original whatsoever. Like including the love scene with Barbara Gordon that you're
that right there is part of the reason why I say he's gone nuts. They're losing control. That's the moment where he loses control altogether. It's the spiral, and then it reaches the end when he kills the Joker. They both die.
Unconfirmed. It's not confirmed.
Well, the Joker kind of kills himself, but he pushed it to the point where the Joker kills himself by breaking his own neck.
That's
Dark Knight Returns. Yeah,
you're getting these certain properties different.
Those two are running together for me because there's like three different. I've kind of edited them together in my head where they all kind of fit into one movie.
We'll
take a look at them, man.
Completely different from the Dark Knight Returns in time.
Yeah, and there's the moment where he decides to become Batman where he decides to put the suit on again. I believe that in that version of the Batman, that's him having that psychotic break that made him want to be Batman to begin with. It's starting all over again. It's a psychotic break because of all the horror that he's witnessed with the mutants and all that stuff going on, and ignoring it for all that time.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite old man Bruce's is Batman Beyond.
Yep, I agree.
And plus, Peter Weller did a great fucking job. I have the comic, and
I love Peter Weller as Batman. I love that whole scene where he's beating up the mutant. I'm not saying that that's not a good scene. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that there are moments in the story where he's obviously having a psychotic break because the story takes place after Jason Todd is gone. He still doesn't want to be Batman because he doesn't want to do it again because because Jason Todd died.
Well, maybe I can explain it to you this way, Ken. I mean, what's more interesting to you? Because what to me is more interesting than a camp character is a man who overcomes his inner demons.
See, but this is the thing. You get me wrong about the camp. I'm saying I would rather have the camp. I don't want it to be any. I don't want it to be more one way or the other. I would prefer it firmly in the middle, where it's in the middle, where you can do either story. But I don't want it to be all the way dark or all the way campy. I don't want that. And I said the firmly in the middle is somewhere in between Batman the Animated Series and Batman Brave and the Bold, because Brave and the Bold had a serious tone and a campy, and at times a campy delivery. They went back and forth on that.
Well, to me, I like a redemption story. I like seeing a guy overcome his problems and do something about his environment. To me, that's what the character is all about.
Bad guys isn't doing any of those things.
Yeah,
He's only doing it because the people that are supposed to be doing it, the police, advocate their responsibility.
Which we're seeing every day in real life.
And we've also seen costumed vigilantes in real life. They're actual people who create personas and go out and do neighborhood watch as superheroes.
As long as they don't do what Kick-Ass did.
Well, I'm pretty sure they do. They got to run afoul of actual gang members at some point.
Not necessarily. Depends on where you live.
Exactly, and that's you take me at my meaning. One of the things that most of the Batman stories in the modern context do is they completely negate the whole detective aspect of Batman. Any story that you do with Batman should foremost be a detective story if you're going to bother with making a Batman story.
I don't think I agree with that. I think the Ben Affleck version was pretty much the most detective version we've seen in a long time.
I agree. I would agree with that. I think the only we did see Tim Burton's Michael Keaton do it when he was, said, Alfred, let's go shopping. And we don't actually see him going through the experimenting detective skills of the products, but we do know he did that.
With, what was it? Brand X, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where he's like, he realizes that what it is it's not a single product. He's mixed products into different areas, so they'll cause a combined chemical reaction. So you don't know what products are combined together, but Batman's the one who figures that out.
He also figures out who both Nicholson's character, Napier, and Penguin actually are. He finds their true identities in those two.
Yes, he does. That was really the most detective I think we ever got out of a Batman, even more than Ben Affleck. But Ben Affleck did at least have some of that, brought back some of that detective skill, which is, a big aspect of him. I mean, if you ever read a comic with Ra's al Ghul in it, it's almost exclusively he refers to Batman as the detective.
Yeah, well, the games, man, are totally detective games. If you play the fucking Arkham games,
yes,
that's probably the best detective one. I would
say it's also a pretty decent. It's a pretty decent depiction of Batman as a character.
I would agree.
And very, very impactful. You see what I mean? You agree that it's a decent depiction of Batman. It's somewhere in the middle. What I mean, it's firmly in the middle. It's neither overly dark, overly nihilistic. It's perfectly the tone of the whole entire story is so gothic in its set dressing and the way they present the everything about those games. And it is actually very good, and it's very impactful for the person because of the interactive aspect of the storytelling.
Let me amend my what I've said here by saying that what I'm really looking for is a rated R type of film. Okay, from Batman and from Star Wars and from all these great properties. I'd love to see a rated R Star Trek. I think a lot of these properties are limited by the fact that they have to sell toys to little children. Okay, I want to see something for grown men and women, but I want to see something for fucking adults that has
you don't
balls.
want any of those things, then.
Yeah, I do. I want to see.
You can't have that and keep what it is about that makes it makes it itself.
Now,
You can't do that.
I agree. You could easily make a good rated R Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
I don't think it needs to be about the main cast in that particular case, though.
I agree with
universe
that,
is
too.
vast and large, and you can tell any story within it. Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. If
Star
that's what you're
Trek,
going
however,
after, then fine.
I disagree. Because we've already seen what they've done with the J.J. Abrams crap. That whole universe needs to go bye-bye. We need to come back.
You're going to get severed baby heads and stupid nude Klingons.
I actually saw. I
double
thought it was so
dicks.
hilarious. I saw on. I saw on YouTube, or I saw on the news somewhere they were saying, yeah, they're selling off some of the Klingon costumes from Discoveries for people to buy. I'm like, yeah. And then I just posted an actual Klingon outfit, and I said, yeah, call me when you actually have a Klingon outfit. And I took. If I could get one thing from the Klingon outfit, I would love to have like Chancellor Gowron's kind of jacket he had.
No, you want to see Madame Geek in Larissa Orbetor's outfit. Admit it.
Oh.
I want the white fuzzy outfit Quark wore in the holodeck.
Oh my God!
Because it'll fit me.
And with that, gentlemen, I got a dip. I've got to change internet service providers today so I can actually have some decent bandwidth going on. I bid you all a good morning and have a great one, guys. Thank you, Captain
Thank you,
Michael T.
Take care, Michael T. Hey, Cap. Actually, if I was going to pick an outfit, I would think the TOS Romulan Commander, the female, the first time.
I figured you'd be more like if we're going TOS, then probably more like Uhura or Nurse Chapel.
Well, Trek, I'm sure everybody here has heard of the Tarantino Star Trek film. That's probably never going to happen. He would be fucking awesome. Could you imagine a Tarantino Star Trek film? I think it's perfect. I really do. And if you've seen his interview with whatever network or whatever he was doing, he hates the J.J. Abrams shit too. He doesn't even understand it.
I just don't think his sensibility is right for Star Trek. I really don't.
Well, you haven't seen his film.
I want to know.
Yes, I have.
And plus, this coming from a guy who hates The Dark Knight, dog. Come on, dude. Critically acclaimed, won many Oscars. Everybody loves The Dark Knight. It's got like a 9 out of 10 out of like 500,000 fucking votes.
Nope, don't like it.
Well, that's your prerogative, and I will say, without permission, because I've not run this by. I've not run this by, but I'm going to run it anyhow because, well, I downloaded it and I can.
Hold on a second.
And here's what we're going to say.
Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent.
So I will say this: I prefer Batman Dead End to Christopher Nolan's movies, and that's fan film.
Yeah, but whose movie would get made nowadays?
What do I care about what Hollywood wants or what they
It's
say?
not Hollywood. It's the fucking American people in the world hate fucking
No,
Batman.
it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood.
And they always
doing what
did.
they do best. Ruin
And they
everything.
always did. They always
Batman
hated
and Robin
Batman
has
and Robin.
always been.
Nobody fucking
Huge.
likes Batman and Robin. Nobody
No.
liked Batman Forever. They were bombs, and they almost destroyed the fucking
And I
character
never said,
on film.
said I liked it. I never said I liked it. I said I would take that over what Christopher Nolan did.
Yeah, well, see that statement there is totally a wrong statement in my view. I respect your opinion, right? But I can't
Because
believe
it's
you would
just
say
as
that.
it's just as wrong as what Christopher Nolan did. Christopher Nolan's Batman isn't Batman. It's Nolan Man.
Yeah, but you're not the steward of Batman, Ken. You know what you like, I know what I like, and if you take a look at the breadth of the character throughout the years, people are taking inspiration from inspiration from inspiration. That's what's really going on, is everybody has done their own take on the character. There is no definitive Batman, Ken. I don't believe there is.
I believe there is, or else what's the point? You just make up whatever you want.
You either like it or you don't.
There are certain things that Batman does and certain things he doesn't do. And if you want to change all of that stuff, then why bother making a Batman story to begin with?
If you had created the character, I would accept every word you've said.
But that has everything to do with genre at the moment anyway. Everybody's changing everything. Why change it? It doesn't need to be changed. It's like it's a self-insert at that point. That's what people do all the time.
Because it wouldn't work today. Adam West today as Batman would be
Adam
laughed
West
out
is
of the
fine as
fucking
Batman.
theater. It would be
Adam
laughed
West
out of
is
the
fine as
fucking
Batman.
theater.
It was meant to be on TV.
It would bomb miserably, and everybody would make fun of them. They would lose $100 million.
I don't think so. I think it would be great. It would do well with children, just like it does now. I showed my nephew that Batman Adam West, and he loves it.
Yeah, well, I like it too. I like the Adam West shit too, in a comic way, in a comedian way. I'll laugh at it. But if they did that today with the character, it would totally derail everything, all the momentum the characters has had over the years.
And it's not meant for movies anyway. I don't believe any of the characters that everybody puts in a movie scenario. Oh, excuse me. I don't believe they're meant for movies at all. I believe they're meant for episodic storytelling, like their original comic books were. You cannot tell the stories that these characters are meant for in 2 hours. It doesn't work. The movie format doesn't work for them.
But Ken, if that was the mindset of people who've made films and stuff over the years, Batman would be known by fucking nobody.
It would be
Nobody
known by
would be
everyone.
talking about it.
It would be known by everyone. People still talk about I Love Lucy to this very day, and that was in the 1950s.
People like us, but we're different than everybody else. Nobody knows the shit we know. We're a unique breed of fucking person. We're a unique fucking guy. All of us. We know about film. We know about all this shit. We're a rare fucking breed.
Remember, we're the guys. He just brought up Lucy. We're the guys who remember that she's the reason why we even have a Star Trek. Or part of the reason why Star Trek even exists, because she fought for it. So, but there's a lot of people who don't know that she had any influence in Star Trek at all. We know this, but we're very invested in our culture, in our history of it. Whereas
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it's like this is why I get so pissed off, not at you guys, but this is why I get so pissed off at these people trying to come into our sandbox and they want to change the rules. And now they're talking about things like, we want to make this for a modern audience. We need more diversity. I'm like, you can't get more diverse than a geek culture. You really can't. We're about as accepting as you're going to get. But when you come in and try and tell us we're a bunch of fucking idiots and we don't know what the hell we're talking about, we're going to be like, oh, do you want to come into our sandbox and kick sandbox and tell us how to play? Okay, we'll give it right back to you. But I mean, when it comes to things like Batman has been around. I mean, we got to remember he's been around since goddamn. We're gonna see him hit his 100th anniversary. Next decade? I think he came out in the 30s.
Right. Well, going off your point, I wouldn't say there's a definitive Sherlock Holmes either. I think everybody interprets the source material their own way according to what they like. Like, I like the Robert Downey fucking Sherlock Holmes movies, both of them. Game of Shadows was badass with Moriarty. I love that shit. But if I compare that to the original novels, it's not the same character, but I can still enjoy it. And as a matter of fact, I can enjoy the show Sherlock in its own way. I don't like it as much, but it's all right. And, you know, I can appreciate certain things. And even the Ian McKellen old man Sherlock Holmes was all right, you know, so I think that's pretty good
those Robert Downey Jr. movies. They're doing a third one as far as I know.
I'm happy about it,
Yeah, I like it.
I don't particularly care for those. I didn't care for those Sherlocks myself, but the guy who plays Watson, I'm not a big fan of his acting.
Jude Law?
Yeah, I'm not a huge Jude Law fan.
Neither am I, but he was good as Watson, I thought.
Just didn't
He's
work.
a proper stick in the mud.
Now you have the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock on BBC. I absolutely love those.
Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah, but but like the point is, guys, I think is that everybody's interpreting shit from ancient materials, right? Sherlock is an ancient material. Even the Marvel stuff, comics and Iron Man, these are ancient characters. That everybody
I don't agree. Ancient material is John Carter of Mars. That's ancient. Sherlock
so is the
Holmes,
Green
not
Knight.
so much.
Well, there's very few people who were alive when Sherlock Holmes was created today.
No.
Is it 100 years old yet? Got to be at least.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Close to
I actually do have I have it on digital. I do have all the works of Sherlock Holmes. And, you know, I mean, it's just one of those things when it comes to it. When you have something that has been around a long time, everybody reads it, everybody interprets it differently. I mean, we could all read the same book and still end up interpreting vast aspects of it differently. We might still get the same overall outcome of the book in our thoughts, but, you know, there'll be aspects of it that we'll see completely different from the other person. And that's great. It's what it should be.
You're totally right. I've had conversations with friends of mine. I have a friend of mine who says Darth Vader has always been an evil character, right? And that's his interpretation. I don't agree with it, right? So, yeah, we can all get different things from different characters and materials.
I think Darth Vader is a tragic character. I think
agree.
He really is.
Yeah, I agree.
He should have never been trained or put in the service of the Jedi. Should have been relegated to the family farm version of the Jedi. That's where he should have stayed.
And they also told him, "You're Jesus Christ," basically, right? Hey, by the way, 9-year-old, you're also Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no pressure.
Right, exactly.
Now, one of the things when it comes to, you know, looking at Anakin and stuff and Vader, I've mentioned to people, and I still maintain this, when it comes to Revenge of the Sith, the bad guys, or you can call them the antagonists, is really the Jedi. They played right into Palpatine's hand.
Yeah, well, I do have to leave, but thanks for having me, dude. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're always welcome. Thank you for joining.
I had a good time. What a good time. All right, guys.
So what I never understood about the Jedi is how come they were so. I know it's plot armor and we need to get there, but but why were they so ignorant of what the dark side was doing? Why did they?
Indeed, go.
Okay, so let's put it this way. What's going on is you've got to remember. Let's just go movie canon. Let's not go into my EU stuff, but let's go with straight up canon here. Okay.
I appreciate not including the EU because that's like you might as well just start talking a different language.
We'll be here. No, if I start including EU, it's going to be a much longer conversation. So let's just break it down here. The Sith were believed to have been destroyed over 1,000 years ago. but it did not happen like they thought. So for 1,000 years, the Sith have been slowly using the rule of two, consolidating power, consolidating influence, and building up over a slow period of time. They started thinking methodically, whereas the Jedi now, their fight with the Sith has been over for 1,000 years. So lightsaber on lightsaber fighting is not much. They haven't been searching for Sith, and they've gone away from it. Also, their influence in the government, they went from being just a religious organization to kind of going up towards what is more like you would say the Catholic Church in the government of, like, say, Rome and stuff, or say France, where, you know, the Pope was or whichever countries were, you know, loyal to the Pope, you know, the Pope was still considered the head of the church and they were the religious order. Whereas the Jedi were the dominant religious order, and they had gone away from their original mandates of being guardians of peace and justice and started becoming more government placed. They got used to the power. They had 1,000 years of, basically, for lack of a better term, lackadaisy, no real threats to them. Their first real threat that we see is when the Clone Wars starts. And they're a little too willing to walk in and become generals because they think, and because of their, you know, ability to sword fight, negotiate stuff, they're tasked with this, and they kind of go with it because they feel they're needed. They did develop an arrogance. They did develop a sense of superiority throughout it. So while they're able to sit around Palpatine, and why they can't sense his dark side, because you got to remember, the Sith have spent the last 1,000 years hiding in plain sight, and they've gotten more and more bold on how they do it. Now you have him here. Now, by the time you get to, that's all happening in episode 1 and 2. Get to Revenge of the Sith, they start noticing now that Palpatine is not exactly the benevolent person they thought he was. Now he's able to consolidate his power. His ultimate plan is about to come through. So he doesn't have to hide who he is as much anymore. And he's actually releasing because he's becoming popular with the people. He's the man of the people. He's the one who can only get things done. The Jedi see this as a threat to their power. And it is. Now, if the Jedi had not tried to arrest Palpatine, Palpatine would have had no way of being able to legally just start slaughtering with Order 66. He had to get them to play right into his hands. So he lets himself get exposed just enough, just a little bit here and there, to just push them just far enough.
Okay. So, yeah. You kind of refreshed my memory on a lot of that stuff, because it just slipped my mind. It's like because it's a lot of finagling going on there, and part of the problem most people have with that story is that it seems like the Jedi always seem like at a disadvantage whenever they're doing anything.
Let me give you a good example here. Unfortunately, this is very recent, but it's a good example. Take the United States and Afghanistan. Now think of the Sith as the tribes out in the wilderness over here. Okay. They are, all they're doing is, like, you know, you have the Jedi running around, you have the Americans running around, and they're like, you know, we're here, we're helping. It's like, we're just biding our time. Eventually you'll leave, or eventually, you know, you'll lose interest or something like that. That would be the effect. So the Sith, while the Jedi were moving on and going into other aspects, and forgetting about the Sith and not really doing anything with that, and being kind of not having anybody challenge them in the Force, while the Sith are sitting over here just biding their time, slowly, methodically figuring out how to do this, how to get going. And for 1,000 years, they've been planning.
I get what you're kind of getting after. Let's say to use that as an analogy, then what you would say is that the Sith are Osama and the Taliban and all those characters, and then 9/11 is the destruction of the Jedi.
That could be an interesting, yeah. I mean, you could definitely go there as an analogy. Yeah, definitely. Because nobody saw it coming. I mean, you think
exactly.
About it, I didn't see themselves getting annihilated. And of course, here's why. And there was a question that a lot of people asked: why didn't the Jedi sense that they were about to be betrayed by The clones. Well, they did it. They did it the last second. But the thing is, the clones don't feel they're betraying them. They're troops. They feel they're following orders. To them, this is not a betrayal.
They got a little nugget in their head that tells them what to do. They're all pre-programmed to do whatever they're told to do once that switch is flipped. It's like sleeper cell. It's like sleeper cell stuff. If there's sleeper cells in this country and they get flipped, then they're just gonna go. They're just gonna leave and start doing crazy crap, like that TV show. Like the TV show.
Last 4 digits of your social security.
What?
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. We heard something.
I know what I heard. I was figuring somebody must be on the phone or doing something here. Last 4 digits of your social. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
But,
so anyway, I was gonna say, you ever see that TV series Jericho? Like
yes,
that.
I did.
Like sleeper
Yes.
agents everywhere, and then they flip mode and drop the nukes. So that's what I think. That's what the Sith, and then even Darth Vader to that point was sleeper agent. It's not. The problem you have with the Darth Vader and that whole thing,
right?
It all seems to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It all seems to come out of nowhere, and the film doesn't necessarily get to the inner turmoil of anything that's going on. It doesn't portray or doesn't make its case very well for the long haul of everything coming to a head. It's just, this is the thing that happens. We have a couple of conversations with Palpatine and Anakin, and then all of a sudden he's Darth Vader.
Well, you're forgetting number one, there were cutscenes that were filmed. There were other things that were also recorded that they were going to be filmed that would have gone into more detail explaining what brought on these changes.
Yeah. And it would make a lot more sense to people when you're watching the films. And this is part of the discrepancy here. There's part of the film that's not shown to the public. It's like you got to go deep in the weeds to see all of that. That was one of the reasons why the prequels are panned, because there's information that's not given.
Yeah.
And then when I watched the Phantom edit, they kind of reincorporated some of that stuff. They got rid of baby little kid Anakin and that whole scene, that whole thing, and it was great. It was good.
Hey, Cap, I'm gonna pick up because it's almost gonna be 11 in about 45 minutes, and I want to go see about adopting a little puppy.
Absolutely. You take care, MB.
All right, take care, guys.
Muted.
See you later, MB. All right, I'm gonna go too, you guys.
Absolutely. Talk to you later, Kenjack. Ben, you have a good day.
Okay. Yep, you too. Bye-bye.
Ja, leider. Deswegen haben die mich wahrscheinlich gemutet.
Yeah, LDG is muted. So is Bird.
What do you want?
Oh, I'm not muted anymore.
No.
And I just told my nephew that I'm muted.
I wondered who you were talking to.
Yeah, you muted me, so I thought, well, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing to talk.
Okay. So, Bird, what time are you going to be going live today?
I don't know, Cap. It's a messed up day. I'll try to get on like 3 or 4 p.m., but I'll see.
Okay.
No promises.
No promises. By the way, if you can, let me know. If not, no big deal. Because if not, I could obviously get on later. So, but
Okay,
I think with
I'll text you Facebook. Tweet
Twitter,
Twitter you.
I can tell you need sleep. Try to get some sleep. And thank you again, Kenjack Ben, for the pumpkins. So let's see here. Darth Aster, are you able to come on?
Weil dein Vater mir gesagt hat, nee, du, da aber nicht. And my nephew asking if he's allowed to play GTA 5 here on my computer because his dad doesn't allow him to.
Uh-huh.
And his dad was at my place and he told me that I should not let him play GTA 5.
Is his dad there? Yeah.
Yeah, my nephew is here at the moment. Standing next to me, listening, not understanding a damn shit that I'm talking about.
Well, then I say, yeah, why not? What is German for yes?
Yep.
That's not it, but okay. Yep.
Yep, what?
So, yeah, let him play. Go for it.
Ich kotze. Yeah, better not. Last time, he got a little bit radical and started to hit people on the street.
Aha.
Well, I do not have any problems with it. I mean, after all, it was his grandma who bought him the game and told me I should let him play. And I said, I'm not so sure about that. And then he played and then he started to do that shit. And then my mom was like, yeah, you better do not let him play it again.
Then, yeah, I would say that maybe not. Considering everything else, maybe not.
I mean, he's 7 years old.
Oh, hell no.
7 Jahre alt, richtig? Ah.
Let's see, if you'd said that in the first place, the answer would have been no automatically. No. Hell no.
I personally, I do not have a problem with it because I do not really care. And I know if I would have had the chance back then, I would have played the same games.
And yes, Richie Poole, ask dear Bob.
But I also don't think that it would have affected me in a way that it does him.
True. Oh, well. Hopefully, Murder Prey 5 will be on between 3 and 4 p.m. or between 4 and 5 p.m. It depends. And the link is in the chat. If somebody wants to come up on the panel, you're more than welcome. Obviously, LTG is busy. Mars having a family over, and Bird really needs to get off the panel and get some sleep.
We're gonna have breakfast soon. That's how far behind we are.
Wow. Okay, after breakfast, you need to sleep. I'm sorry.
Cinnabon, teach your kids the difference between fantasy and reality.
Exactly.
Who are you talking to?
Mars' nephew, after playing GTA, whatever, was going around hitting people, apparently.
Oh, that's not right.
course, when Mar was telling us about this, he wasn't mentioning that his nephew was 7 years old. No.
Yeah, it's not for 7-year-olds. They need to play a more wholesome game like Cop Simulator.
Oh, Lord. Well, that's
Then
something
they
like
can go
Tim
around
Farm or something,
patting people down, looking for knives and guns and drugs.
Well, why not just play the game that Cinnabon does? Can't think what it's called.
That is the game Cinnabon plays. It's one of them anyway.
What is it?
Sim Cop or not
Sim Cop.
Whatever it is, Cop Simulator or Police Simulator, whatever.
And good morning,
Welcome.
Darth Astor. I guess Darth Wheezy is a little quiet today.
Probably does. Wheezy is a little bit talking at the moment, but we just can't hear him.
I mean, he muted. I can't unmute or can't see what the mic settings are.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Let me guess, you have several mute buttons.
How's it going? A few,
okay.
actually. I've even got a kill switch in case I have to cough real quick. Yeah.
Cool. Having a cough switch is a good thing.
Now, if I could just hit it fast enough for the wheeze.
And
Zing.
LDG?
Yeah, don't worry about him.
Oh, hey, Yvette. Morning.
Yeah, afternoon.
Why are you awake?
I just woke up and I saw you were still on, so I thought I'd come on for a few minutes.
Well, I do appreciate that. And I see you're on your computer.
No, I'm not. No.
Alexa, who's the best Doctor Who?
Dad. Oh, good. She looked up, but she didn't answer you.
Damn.
And, hey, Yvette, be right back.
Okay, Mel, thanks for that. Right. So what happened to you last night, mister?
Sorry, me? What happened to me last night? What do you mean? What do you mean? What happened to me last night?
You know what I'm saying.
No.
No.
No, I don't.
No.
What did I do? I was over at frickin' whatchamacallits last night.
Darius.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then where after that?
Actually, he was there for quite a while.
Passed out.
You passed.
Yeah, I passed out with Darius.
We were on
Sorry.
several hours after the stream ended.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a few visitors while you weren't there.
Yeah. I could vouch for
it. Sorry.
No, I was just Red Shirt dropped in. Yeah, to fill us in on things going on. Phil was there. Chris, and Tim. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Just so like, just thought you'd like to know.
See, do I have a DM of this on Discord?
What?
No, I don't. All right.
What?
Yeah, just let me know on Discord next time. Send me a message. That's fine.
Okay.
If I would have known everybody was in there, I would have popped in. I thought it was usually it's empty. So
Anyway, never mind. I'm not
yeah,
quite
it's fine.
awake yet.
Yeah, didn't want to miss Red Shirt, but we were hanging out. Time was flying. We blinked, and all of a sudden, it was like, yeah, sleep time.
It was like, what was it? I don't know when
2?
you actually fell asleep. Yeah, 2 at least.
Yeah,
2
I went to
Eastern.
Cockney Spock, and
Oh,
No, I said goodbye to everyone when I went to make breakfast, and they left then. So, anyway, never mind. I just thought you'd like to know.
No, thanks for letting me know. I mean, I'll be there today, so I just got
I will DM
one
you
show
next
to be
time. I had no idea if you were asleep or awake, so I didn't want to disturb you anyway.
Have you had lunch yet, Yvette?
No, I literally about 11 o'clock after I finished Mum had hit the pillow and I went to sleep because I hadn't had much sleep last night because I was up at 10 p.m. working. So yeah.
Okay. Well, you probably ought to eat lunch and then try to get some rest.
Well, it's an hour till I go down to dinner, so I'm going to just chill out, and that's why I bobbed on. So I had a bit of time, and yeah. How's everyone doing? I can't see the chat. How is everyone? Birds okay? Yeah. No. Oh, it's Lex tonight, isn't it, Ma?
And later, Cinnamon Bunny.
There's some.
Hey, Cinnabon.
Yeah. So as far as I know, it's Lex tonight. Anyway.
Yep.
Is there anything else going on?
Tomorrow morning, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow for me. Yeah, and you, but tonight for them. Yeah.
Nope.
That's where the time changes get confusing.
Oh, I know. I try to think on American time at night. That's the only way I can do it.
Yes.
So, what have I missed? Any good conversations?
Oh,
Oh, great.
Batman, humans being omnivores. The fact that nobody cares about science, and how animals are smarter than us.
You mean nobody cares about the science?
Bird says nobody cares about science, links, stuff, information.
What?
That's what Bird said.
Okay, this must have been when I was gone, because...
No, you were here.
No, I said nobody cared about the link you were posting,
which was
with
a
whole
science
bunch of
link.
teeth.
Which was a science
which was
link.
bullshit. Somebody just put together because it looked good.
It is everywhere. Don't bullshit. Fake news. It's in every textbook. This is fact. This is not fiction.
Okay,
Nobody
folks.
waste their time creating fiction about this kind of stuff.
That is
this
not
can be easily
just because it looks
checkable
scientific
across the
doesn't
board.
make it
Ask
scientific fact.
Yvette,
ask your mama.
Yvette.
Or your child, or whatever the hell you guys are fucking doing.
Yep.
Do they ever print false information to make it look more clinical?
Klick. Nee, du drückst links. Da drauf gehen.
So, anyway, it is what it is.
I guess we lost a vet. That's the bad part.
Did we lose the vet? What the heck? Why did we lose the vet for? Dang it, people.
All
Most
right.
likely disconnected.
Yeah, most likely because she was on phone. So yeah.
Yeah.
But and sorry about that, Darth Hester. Okay, well, anyhow, I do want to thank everybody for joining me.
Oh, snap.
And
Saggy's doing the one chip challenge tomorrow.
Cool. Good to know. Watch out for more information on that. Tune into LDG. And with that, I think I'm going to close things out. Everyone, oh, well, Yvette's back. We have good reason to stay.
Yay!
No, my apologies. This phone is shit. The internet just
As you know, they make phones not to work, just like they
Tell
make
me
fake
about it.
science information.
I was
Everything's
like-
fake.
It was like halfway through a conversation and now my question was, if you don't mind, Captain,
Yes.
what was this scientific information you were trying to share that Bird says
Humans are omnivores.
yes they are?
Thank you. Thank you.
No.
And I just
No,
linked a
that
picture
is
No,
showing
what was
people's
shared
teeth
No.
and different teeth and what
No.
what
was
they're
this
for.
big long thing that I'm putting in the private chat.
I can't
This
see
link.
it.
Okay. Well, if I bring it up, can you see it if Captain shares it?
Yep.
If you can read it, I'm on the phone.
Well, you can't read it because it's so packed with text, but you'll get an idea of what it is anyway.
You see pics with text. It's got images. You'll be able to follow it.
Wait a minute.
So, like
We're
right
waiting.
off the bat, the fact I shared it.
Hold on.
I know. I'm waiting. It's not on you.
Right off the bat, the fact that it has a website called eatingourfuture.com, I already know that this is not a fair and balanced source.
No.
And can you get rid of Cinnabon's comment? So
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh, so you're judging a book by its cover. Okay.
Oh, I mean, right from the very fact, I know.
Yeah, right from the very fact, you're judging, and it's not on
from a scientific journal
That's an
or
advertisement
something like that.
Yeah, it's on Kevin's stock. It's not on
I don't know what the hell
eatingourfuture.com.
Kevin's stock is.
It doesn't matter what you think it is a website.
Okay, just because it's a website doesn't mean it's legitimate.
And every other website, especially .orgs, are confirming everything on this page.
I had a guy on a website who told me I should only be eating
Okay,
meat. You know,
Raw meat.
raw meat.
Yeah.
Does that
And that
mean
wasn't a
that it's
website. That was some
valid because
crazy
he was on a
YouTuber.
website?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And what the hell's with the picture of that herbivore's teeth? That's clearly not their real teeth. It looks like a fucking a cardboard cutout.
That is real teeth.
That
All
top
these are
teeth
real
there
teeth.
are real teeth. That
looks
looks like a drawing.
Real teeth. Yes.
That looks like a 5-year-old drawing of
There
denture.
are animal. Have you ever seen a horse? Yeah. Thank you.
I
There are
have, and they
teeth
don't
that
look like that.
No, they
Okay.
don't look like that.
It doesn't matter what you think they look like.
That is
seen
not
them.
real teeth.
Yeah. Sure.
I
Okay.
mean, there's no depth to them. It's a
Yeah, sure.
2D picture. The bottom teeth are
depth to them.
real.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. All right.
You don't see that there's a problem there with that
No,
herbivore?
you're exaggerating looking at a two-dimensional image on a JPEG. So just because you don't see the shadow and the contrast of the mouth, you think
I
that's
see
actually fake
every
teeth.
other
But there
every
are
other
an animal that have teeth like that.
Every other animal's tooth there looks real. That
has
is
depth.
clearly, and look at me, just look at how dark the mouth is, and all of a sudden it just instantly turns pink around the gums.
All right, so here,
I mean,
share this
that
image.
doesn't
Are you
happen
gonna
in
say
any of the
these?
other
Are you gonna
animals.
say? Wait, no. Okay, whatever. Just shush. Look at this. What's this?
Look
What's
at
this?
what?
What's this?
I don't know what is
What's
what.
this? Look. I'm sharing.
You're saying this. I don't know.
There's
I
a
can't see
zebra's
what the
teeth.
fuck you're
Does that
pushing.
look familiar? Does that look 2D to you? Come on, man.
Let me see.
Don't
Let
give
me
me
see.
bullshit. Do not give me bullshit. That looks exactly like the teeth you were just showing me. And you're gonna tell me that's fake? Look how 2D that looks like.
No, that looks three-dimensional.
What? You're fucking crazy. That looks exactly like the mouth you just showing me.
No, it doesn't.
Does not.
You are nuts.
That
You are nuts. You are nuts. You are effing nuts. Look at those teeth. Those look fake.
What's that? Those look fake. Right there, herbivore. Top teeth are fake. They've been obviously.
Why would they do that?
photoshopped.
I don't know because
Why would
probably
they do that?
the
No,
idiot
because you don't know what the hell you're talking
was
about. You're looking at a
because
bad image.
a
You're looking at a
college-
bad image, a bad angle, and you're saying it's fake just to discredit. Like I said, look up any other fucking thing. Look up
Because
human
some
omnivore
college
and look up
intern
any
put this
information.
together, and they
It's fine.
literally
It's fine.
Google
You're
image
obviously
search
trying to troll.
for pictures
It's
of
okay.
herbivore.
I know I'm right.
And they didn't
Everybody
even
knows I'm
bother
right.
to do a
Scientists know
cursory
I'm
look
right.
at
No.
the picture of the mouth.
Omnivores.
Yvette.
Okay, boys. Right. Apart from these pictures are ludicrous. Let's cite a herbivore that doesn't have teeth that look like that. How about a hippopotamus? Now that
What about
throws the whole thing out because teeth don't necessarily correlate to what they eat.
True.
No, not 100%. No. Not 100%. No. But they do evolve to what they eat. And hippopotamus, I believe, are
eat meat.
like hippopotamus are like what? Aren't they freaking like weird
They're herbivores.
mutations?
They are herbivores. Full stop.
But they kill you.
Oh yeah, they will kill you. They are one of the most dangerous
I'm
animals on the
sorry,
planet. You get near it, but they don't eat you.
They eat meat, Yvette.
No, they do
They're not herbivores.
Oh my God.
Darling, right here. Right here. Hippos do eat meat. Right here.
Where?
Look it up. Ask Google. Do hippos eat meat? Look it up. I'm literally seeing pictures of hippos eating
On
fucking
occasion,
shit.
hippos have been filmed eating carrion, usually near the water. There are other reports of meat eating and even cannibalism and predation. The stomach anatomy of a hippo is not suited to carnivory and meat eating and is likely
I'll agree
caused
to
by
that.
aberrant behavior or nutritional stress.
Yeah, I'll agree
So
to that.
basically, they've got
Hippos are a special
rabies,
occasion.
or
Yeah,
they're like
special.
literally about to starve to death. They will go for meat.
And that is very, very, very unusual and rare.
I'd imagine it's common in many animals.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how long I've got, Captain, because every 2 minutes I lose sound.
Okay, speak. Yes, I'm sorry, but everybody else shut up.
No, I'm just going to say humans are omnivores. Full stop. We eat everything.
Meat and all.
Yes, omnivores. That's what a fucking omnivore means.
Omnivore means we'll eat anything as long as it's not poisonous, obviously, and we soon find out if it is because we drop dead. But
because we had somebody saying humans were carnivores.
no, we're not carnivores. We're omnivores, 100%.
Thank you.
Okay, have I kind of?
No, we're good.
Yeah,
I'm right. That's all I need to matter.
Oh God!
Omnivore does not mean they don't eat meat. Understand that, please?
The hell are you talking about?
Omnivore
I never
means
said humans don't eat meat. I was saying that the guy said humans only eat meat. He implied that humans are meat eaters.
Okay, but in your little chart here, there's a separate link for omnivore and a separate column for human, as if to imply human is not omnivore.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a bit silly.
That's the problem with your scientifically created chart.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Jack off. Look at the whatchamacallit. It was comparing human to the different vores. And if you look at it, oh my God, look, omnivore and human are surprisingly similar.
No, they're surprisingly different. If you read these links, these facts, they're like they're trying to purposely make a human different from an omnivore.
I can't see what's written
because it says vor.
They're
human.
all.
So they're comparing human to all the vores, so you know where humans fit.
Darling, that's a bit confusing because we just should really come under omnivore.
Like I said, you can look up other links. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and hold you guys' hands. You can look this up on Google and ask, are humans omnivores? And look up the information for yourself. Have a fun time enjoying Google on that.
Is this going to be a vegetarian?
The thing with humans that differs from every other animal is we have a brain and we can choose to become a vegetarian, or God help me, a vegan, or just a meat eater, or we have that variation to all other creatures. However, we are born omnivores. Should we decide to change later on in life to something else, then fair enough. But right now,
this is a pro-vegan website.
Google are humans omnivores, and that's it. This is the first thing I found just so I can show you those information.
But the graphic you were trying to pass off was from a pro-vegan website.
So what?
So it's bullshit.
So what? Look up something else then. Follow the yellow brick road. Learn. Have fun finding out information. Because you know what? Ain't nobody had more fun when fucking Encyclopedia Britannica went to DVD than yours truly. Okay? Have fun learning.
Yeah, we're born.
But to sit here and say humans are meat eaters only, that's bullshit.
No, we're born omnivores. And when we get older, we can decide if we want to go doolally and become vegetarians, vegans, or carnivores, whatever your preference is. But we were born omnivores. And that's that. End of scientific fact.
Okay,
They
let
have
me
to
ask
go
you
with
this.
him.
Scientifically, what is breast milk?
It's a combination of nutritious vitamins and minerals produced by the body in the form of a milk, like any animal produces, to help aid the child to eat and to build up immunity against certain things, and generally helps them become healthy.
God. Where'd the milk question come from?
Because humans, as well as other mammals, their first food is breast milk.
First drink, I guess, yeah.
They have no teeth at that point. There is no way to consume anything other than breast. Well, obviously there's formula now, and you can make little pastes that a baby can consume. But breast milk is the easiest to digest. Generally, there are always exceptions. But I thought I would ask a scientist who might have more information than a web guru.
It's not my expertise, to be honest, Captain. It's just general knowledge I know. But I have a question for you all. Do marsupials, well, birds should know this, being Australian. Say that loosely. Do marsupials breastfeed? Do you know? I don't actually know that question.
But who?
Do marsupials breastfeed?
No clue.
Good question. I'll see.
That's Captain Trek. Captain Trek, do you breastfeed?
They do.
They do. I would presume they do, but because they're so different to mammals, it was just a thought in my head.
And good morning, Dr. Scotty.
Hey, Scotty.
And you're not the first person I said that heard say that they prefer goat milk.
Goat milk's nice. I do prefer cow milk myself, but goat milk's okay.
Okay.
Oh, I got to cook duck in plum sauce tonight.
Ooh.
Question: When you breastfeed, do you like put ice on your boobs to make it cold, or
what the hell?
Are you asking me that?
No, I'm asking just generally.
Okay, because I have no experience.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
The answer is no.
So it's just like warm then.
Yes.
It's warm milk.
Yes.
Doesn't that make it like curdle or whatever?
No, darling. It doesn't curdle outside of the animal.
Oh, I want cold breast milk. So I mean, like, they need to invent some kind of like ice machine for women's breasts.
Jesus Christ.
How about this?
You do know what you just said then, darling. And I hope you're going to clip that.
I'll get the patent for that.
Clip. That's clip.
Refrigerate breast. There we go.
Yeah. That's
Frozen
clip
breast society. Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right. Somebody clip that, please.
Anyone tries to freeze my food, they're
Wouldn't your
going to
kids
get punched in
enjoy
the
cold breast milk? I mean, seriously, right?
There are women who pump their breast milk and contribute it. If you want
Oh, refrigerated after, but I want it fresh. I want it refrigerated. I want the shit out the source cold.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, well, we know that already.
Yes, we do. Jeez, Louise.
But you know what? If I can snap my fingers and make it a device that like a bra that will like freeze the milk.
Actually,
that would,
unless it's frozen right, it has a freezer burn taste.
Well, I don't want to freeze it. I just want it cold.
No, it just says
Chilled.
longer in the freezer.
Oh.
So I now have another question.
Yes.
Darling, are you craving breast milk?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay.
And you know what? I'd even make this bra where it like chills the breast. Like even make it so like you can put like Nestle syrup in it. It'll like make it like chocolate milk or strawberry milk. You know, inject it right in the breast there.
Hey,
so we can like shake it up and,
like that.
Yvette, why don't you look this up later, please?
I don't want to look up breastfeeding.
No. How to make a man lactate. If he wants to have cold breast milk so much, he can produce his own. Then he can freeze his own nipple off.
Yeah, there has been precedents for men to lactate. There has been. It's rare. But there has been
There are
men
medications that can do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, cool. All right.
You could
I'll look into
suck
it.
on your own then.
If I could reach it. Can I reach him? I don't know. Never tried before. See, I can't reach it.
Well, that way you could freeze your own nipples off and make your own cold milk. Oh, God.
Or you could just jet over to London and go to that ice cream parlor I told you about.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. The one with the toilets? Yeah.
No, not the one with the toilets.
Oh.
There is an ice cream bar in London that serves breast milk ice cream.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds fun.
In different flavors.
Of course.
Now, Ryan Johnson, just rewind about 5 minutes and listen at 1.5 speed. I'm sure you'll like it. You'll find it interesting. But I do appreciate being proven right by Yvette. Thank you, Yvette. Once again, LDG. Not talking out of his ass. All right.
Okay.
Okay, I don't understand where that one came from, but okay. The delusional world of LDG.
Yes. My world. Remember, you're all just different versions of me.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. That means that...
Yeah.
No.
I've given up with that one.
Yep. All right. You know, they're going to find out the answer once they figure out how to make two brains touch.
That would
We'll find out we're the same person. Yeah, because if they can touch two brains and connect them and they find out that it's just the same person and it's not two different people, then there you go. We're all the same thing. There is no such thing as different people.
Have you eaten yet today?
Which would explain how all the new people get created. What? Yes, no, I haven't eaten.
Okay.
Oh, well, as much as I would love to continue this discussion, and the insanity in which would obviously ensue. I'm going to have to get ready for my appointment. Unfortunately, it's a half hour early. Thank you.
Oh yes,
Damn it.
it's Tuesday.
Fucking change on me.
God damn it. Sorry.
Oh,
So
good luck.
All right, well, hit me up
Thank you.
backstage after if you're available, Cap.
Absolutely.
I think I need to talk to you about something. And Yvette, I will catch you. Are you going back to bed?
Tomorrow when I get up.
Well,
Everyone,
today. Tomorrow's today.
thank you for joining me, and we'll talk later. Have a good one.
Love you all. Take care.
Bye.